Play us in.
Yeah.
Brilliant little intro for what will hopefully be the first of many no spoilers podcasts. Beneath me, we've got MisteRhoe. Say hello. Introduce yourself.
Oh, wait, am I beneath you?
Yeah, you are.
Oh, hello.
Always beneath you.
Hello, Paul. My name's MisteRhoe. How's it going?
Creepy bard.
And let me see, above me is Paul. Hey.
Hey, buddy! God.
Wait,
To the left, we've got Dan
If I look
Relton
left-
over there. Say hello, Dan.
Left is up there.
Hi.
This is so bad. And beneath him, Carl and Kate, HappyGoLuckyGamer. You can say hello. You can say hello if you want.
Yeah, that's great.
Suffering technical difficulties, Paul.
Well, yeah.
I was pointing in the wrong direction. It stands up this way.
Yeah,
Where am I?
a little bit more. You're left of Richard.
You're
This is like the
this
worst.
way.
This is the worst intro.
Is that bullshit?
Just figuring out where each other are.
Yeah, that should be me.
You're
And then
all
that-
above me, like.
And Dan's up here.
Me
No.
or something?
Bad intro.
You're a
Yeah.
bad intro. I apologize.
Sorry.
I think
Excused.
Daniel's Daniel's intro was pretty good. Okay.
I agree. So yeah,
So-
we're 5 like-minded people. We all like video games. The reason we want to start a little podcast, do a little rant, do a little talk about gaming news, what's going on, our personal experiences with games, stuff like that. I feel like it'll be quite good. So let's start off with top 3 games this year. Who wants to start? Should we go like everyone says
Dan first.
everyone says the number
See,
3,
isn't
everyone says the number 2, and then
Oh,
everyone
no,
says the
I
number
was
1.
gonna say,
I thought we wanted
I'm
to
trying-
guess.
I forgot the third one.
We could. I forgot the third one.
Let me just
Yeah,
get my Steam.
should we do
library
it? Should we do it
Ready?
like 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2? You know what I mean? So like,
up. Yeah, but shouldn't we?
Oh,
If we all start 3, 3, 3,
one,
but
one,
then
one,
we all
one,
guess.
one.
I thought you wanted to guess, or are we only guessing the like? Oh, I think, and what we should do, we should
can
all
guess-
guess
we can
one
guess all, we
person,
can
and then
guess
they
all.
should, if we got it right, they should tell us like what rank it is. Do you understand?
that's a bad idea.
You're a bad.
Why don't just one person say a game and then next person and then just each say
Yeah,
a game?
that's what I mean. Yeah, and we'll just cycle round. So, do you want me to start? My number 3.
Yeah, go on.
Sure.
We haven't actually highlighted like the rules of your top 3 games. Is this year that came out?
No,
or...
this is games that you've played this year, but not released this year. If you follow me, even though all the ones on my list were released this year, but it doesn't have to be one that was released this year. It could be one that was released last year or 15 years ago, as long as you played it this year. If that makes sense to everyone.
Well, yes, it does. But I don't know. I feel like that could be any game.
Yeah, but
know.
it's one you've played this year. It's recent. It's topical.
I definitely know 2 of Dan's for sure.
Yeah, well, I think I can guess 2 of Dan's.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you want to try and guess? Do you want to try and guess my number 3?
Your number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like when you go down, have a shit, and piss at the same time?
Jesus Christ!
Cut
Cut the podcast now.
Alright. Does any of you have a guess for 1 and 4?
I'll give you a hint. All the games are on the PS4.
Oh.
So,
Bloodborne.
Not for number 3.
Oh no.
The order.
Guessing games.
You got it.
The
I haven't
order.
played it yet.
No, number 3 would be the Final Fantasy, Bloodborne, or
No, Final Fantasy. I didn't play Final Fantasy this year.
Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, that's when I started.
Picked it up.
We started.
You picked it
Yeah, I
up.
picked it up. I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, what do you?
It's a
So-
game that was all mine have been released this year, and they're all for
Oh,
PS4.
released this year.
Mhm.
This should be
No.
easy.
Bloodborne, Far Cry. No, yeah, Far Cry 4.
You can't just list them off. You get one guess.
Every
Right,
PS4.
right,
You just
right,
list
right.
every game released this year. You got it.
No, Bloodborne is one of them. I know. Far Cry 4 would probably be your third.
Wrong. Next.
Alright.
Dan, you want to guess? I don't know if you'll get this one. Richard might get number 2.
Saints Row.
Ah, no, wrong. Carl and Kate, any guesses?
Your third one.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter which one.
No?
He just said his third
Third
one.
one, like.
Third place.
Doesn't matter which one.
His favourite game of the 3.
Unity.
No, that was last year, lad.
Yeah, it's released this year.
Would it be Dying Light?
No. It was close, though. Dying Light was close. It was a close third between this.
Really?
No guesses, no?
Okay.
Hotline Miami 2.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah. Love the
I was
first one.
major
Second one
release,
took it to like the next level. Just incredible. So good. The first. Does anyone play the first one actually?
I played a bit in yours. No, but no. When
Okay,
you came around.
yeah, you played a bit. Basically, the first one relies on one main protagonist. Well, I don't want to give any spoilers away, so I'll say one
You sure?
protagonist.
This is the spoiler podcast.
And you wear different masks, which give you different abilities and whatnot. But in the second one, you actually control like 5 protagonists, and they all have their own abilities rather than having the masks from the first game, which switched it up a little bit. Well, that was cool. Who wants to say the number 3? Wanna go? Should we go? We need like an order system here. Should we go clockwise on my screen is Richard, then Carl and Kate, then Dan, and we'll just circle around that way.
Yeah,
That makes
'cause
more
that's
sense
clockwise
because
on my
everyone's
screen
like
as well.
different orders on Skype. So go to Richard next. Number 3.
Down on me.
Looking down at it.
My
Guesses
number
for-
3.
No, we're trying to guess it.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Wait, can you forget that? Can we go anti-clockwise so I go last because I haven't actually thought of my feet on it.
But unprofessional. Let's go anti-clockwise. Dan,
I was
number 3.
Are
Um,
we're guessing?
Yeah, we're guessing.
Okay.
Dan.
It's either Bind of
I'm gonna say
wait,
Binding of Isaac for number 3.
Yeah. Or Rogue Legacy. No, not Rogue Legacy.
Richard, just taking up all the guesses.
I haven't even put them in order. I just thought of the top 3 games. I'm
Welcome
gonna
to the
say-
professional podcast.
No, not Binding of Isaac for 3,
Skyrim.
or Rogue Legacy for 3, or you didn't say any others, did you?
No, none of them too.
Or Final Fantasy 14. That's not your number 3rd.
Number 3rd.
Number 3
no.
Number 3.
Shh.
on the outskirts.
Actually, yeah, I think I will put Final Fantasy 14.
Final
at
Fantasy
number 3.
14. Go on.
Yeah.
Well, these lists so arbitrary.
It's
It goes anywhere. You know what?
Yeah.
No.
I genuinely feel like it deserves a higher place because I was like got addicted to it.
Yeah.
You do, yeah. For like a month. Have you bought a subscription yet, Dan?
No, I'm waiting until end of uni.
Heaven's Ward. Hype. Heaven's Ward hype.
Yeah. Oh, Joe, I might just wait for Heaven's Word.
Mm-hmm. Carl and Kate, favourite games this year?
I know, man.
Wait, should we do Kate first or
Yeah, go Kate
And then
first,
Carl.
brother.
are these two together?
Go on then.
I was even about
You can't actually see on the stream, but Carl and Kate actually joined at the hip. They're actually Siamese twins. They share one brain.
They share one brain. The brain is located in
One
the
brain,
hip.
2 PCs. Go ahead.
Oh god.
Let
I think
me
Kate's
guess.
only played 3
Kate's
games, so it's
number 3.
either Don't Starve together.
You can't just list them off. You gotta guess it based on what priority it is.
That's how I guess.
Right, here's your number 3. I'm gonna guess them.
Richard's looking through Kate's Steam.
I know.
already.
Like,
I know, yeah.
Yeah, she already has it.
Yeah.
Well, she played a
Kate
lot
number
of
3.
PlayStation, so
Yeah.
PlayStation 4.
Oh.
But a third one.
Oddworld.
Good guess. Oddworld.
New and tasty.
It's number 3. I don't know. I haven't even got a list. To be fair. Yeah, probably. I don't know.
Oddworld's number 3.
I don't know though.
You don't
I
know?
don't even order it's gonna go in. I can't even think.
What
I'm
was
just
your- what
waiting
was your
until you
least
guess, and then
favourite?
I'll be like, yeah, actually,
I didn't have an order.
that's number 3.
I'm the only one who made an order.
I feel like I've let you down. Like,
You've let everyone
Well,
down. The stream
I
goes
got
off.
one. It's,
Stream cuts off.
I did the last
Towerfall Ascensions.
That was last year though.
Okay, it's number 3. No, what do you mean last year?
You said it
How,
could be any year.
how often? No, it
Yeah.
released any year, but how much have you played it
like
this
within
year?
like the past
You
year.
did play this year? Oh, I'm sure she
Who
did.
you talking about now?
Someone,
Okay.
Rip.
Rip someone.
Someone.
What was the
That was
playing?
this year, Paul.
Rip.
What was the playing? Sorry.
Powerful.
Towerfall.
Tower-
That was before Christmas.
Oh yeah, shit, that was last year.
Did I not have it if I played it before Christmas?
Hey, we've played it this year.
Yeah, I was actually playing it the other week. So
Okay,
Well, it's
take
either
Towerfall
that or
as your
Last
bare
of Us,
one
but
then, Carl.
Last of Us is Kate
what are you doing
first.
number 1 now? Like, I'm confused.
No,
Or
it
you
goes,
saying
everyone's
list?
third, everyone's second, and everyone's first.
So where's it up to now? Because I'm really confused.
Carl's third.
Oh, Carl's third?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
good.
Go ahead.
Um,
I'm not...
How's the Carl's games? Number 3.
Counter Strike.
Best
I
game.
guess.
I'm gonna say Dying Light, you know.
Counter Strike.
Not
Dying
Dying
Light.
Light.
Nope.
Far Cry 4.
Far Cry 4.
Oh.
No. Didn't like it.
Carl hasn't finished it, yeah.
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
No spoilers,
We need like a little
sorry.
bell that goes off every time someone says it.
Let's see. Well, is it on PS4 or PC?
PC.
All of them.
Reign of
obviously.
Kings.
Not all of them now.
Reign of Kings.
No.
Reign of Kings.
No.
Counter-Strike.
H1Z1.
Another one.
H1Z1, that's a good guess. I guess maybe DayZ.
No, sure, tell us.
Dan's the only one who was close enough. And it would have to be Daisy.
DayZ? Really?
I said that, kind of.
I'm a 2 mod though.
Arma 2 mod.
Oh,
Fair
Arma
play.
2.
I guess.
Ah.
I guess
That was
we'll
kind of
just
last
we'll
year.
just say, we'll just say last year then. We'll just say like within this year of gaming.
Oh.
Not not like the fiscal year.
Alright, Dan, if you want to start over
Okay.
again.
Oh yeah, let's all go again. Actually, let me make some notes.
Yeah.
Richard, what's your number 3?
Well,
I'm gonna guess Bloodborne for number 3. Your number 3.
just thinking.
I'm going to say Armour 3.
Arma
down
3.
to-
Another good.
Fingers.
Play a bit.
Mm.
No, I want to. No. Game. Well,
Just like
We master for everything.
what about you? What do you reckon, Dan?
You said Counter Strike.
It's not Counter Strike.
Not Counter Strike, no. Arma 3.
Final
Arma 3 is
Fantasy.
good. Arma Fantasy is good as well. But I've played too many games. You can't tell me
This
to
is
list
why you
them,
make a list
like,
before
rank
the
them
live
three.
podcast.
Yeah, but if you would have like told me before we started, I came in this not knowing much because I was in work, guys. Okay, that is my excuse. I was in work. Well, everyone
Like
in one of
somebody
these
was in
had
work.
time to do the homework and play with the
Think
video
what
game.
video games you played.
I don't play video games. I'm a liar.
like video games.
Okay, no, I got it. Yeah.
Oh, where's it actually?
No, it'll be number 3 would be Transistor.
Transistor, really? Elaborate.
Ooh.
Elaborate.
What did you enjoy about
It's just, I just love the mechanic about it. The mechanics and just like it's just
it?
so.
Fight mechanic was pretty
touching.
unique. Like, it's good.
It was very pretty and like red
very pretty.
is very also very pretty. Jesus, I just love it. Like where she there's like if you hold R2 and she just like stands there humming with her sword.
That's why it's number 3. That's what
No,
you
I
look for in a
enjoyed
game.
it. It's like it's
No,
a bit different from everything else.
I didn't even finish it, but I did enjoy the combat system on it.
Yeah, being able to
really
like
unique.
plan your attack in like a different way, kind of thing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like you can like sort of maneuver. Oh no, I can't quite throw that in one attack, so you can like bring it back and like try and figure out a different way of attacking.
Yeah. I just attack, and then I'm like, oh shit, bail backwards, isn't it? Sorry.
Sick soundtrack.
So, Transistor number 3.
Aye.
Sweet. Well, sounds. I'll go on to my number 2 then. Anyone want to guess?
What was your
What
number
one?
3?
All mine have been released this year and they're all on PS4. That's like the biggest hint you can get.
Bloodborne.
Nope. Just take one guess each because it's just gonna go too long.
Okay, yeah. That's it.
Anyone else?
No, he's moving on.
On the PS4.
Your second one?
Mhm.
Or released this year on PS4? Okay.
Mhm. Not PS4 exclusive, like. Richard,
Yeah.
you might get this one if you think about
I think indie games as well, because I didn't think about that before.
it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, actually.
I'd
Is
say
it in-
I'd say it's an indie game.
Came out this year.
It did.
Apathy or whatever it's called.
Nope. Barely even played that piece of shit.
Which?
Apathian. Wasn't a free game. I did pay for it.
Oh.
Is it
Okay,
Tomb Raider?
on that as well.
Tomb Raider? No. Indie game.
Oh, yeah. What, did you say indie? I wasn't
from
listening.
indie developers
action
come Tomb
game.
Raider.
The big blockbuster
Square.
indie game Tomb Raider.
Indie game.
Mhm.
Rogue Legacy? No.
No.
Maybe-
Close though,
actually,
I
maybe.
did enjoy Rogue Legacy, but it wasn't a free game.
Wasn't a free game.
Nope.
Oh.
Heaviest
Well, I
week
said
of
my
life,
guess.
That Rogue Legacy.
No more guesses?
No.
Wait.
That's one each, innit?
Carl and Kate have the chance to
Carl and
convert.
Okay, gets 2. Because of 2 people.
Well, it could be. What if it is?
It's not.
Take a guess.
It's a free game.
Take a shot.
So it isn't a free game?
No,
it's
no, I paid for it.
Alright then. No, I don't know.
No. Life is
Okay.
Strange.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
You're number 2.
To say, yeah. And it's surprising because I was going to put Dying Light as my second one. The reason
Really?
this one took it, no spoilers, is because in the second episode, like, I haven't felt as moved by a game in ages, like, since Heavy Rain, like, Heavy, or even The Last of Us, yeah, but the thing is with The Last of Us, it was more, like, linear, I didn't have control over it, like, the fact that I found it so heavy was the fact that I had the control over what happened, and it proper made me feel guilty, like, what had happened. to keep it as vague as possible, because I don't want to spoil anything, obviously, but, yeah, definitely, Life is Strange, episode 2. And it's not even finished yet, it's not even finished, there's still 3 more episodes, and it was like, the first episode was like, character building, meet the characters, meet the world, you know, this is what's going on, she's a hipster, whatever, and it was like, okay, whatever, I can wait for the second episode, and then second episode came in, dropped this big heavy bombshell, and it's like, now I want to know, like, I just want the next episode. This is why I don't watch TV shows, because I hate having to wait for the next thing, I say this all the time, but yeah, Life is Strange.
Tell you what's like that, Paul. The Walking Dead.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Telltale.
That's why I stopped watching it, because like I hate having to wait so long for stuff to come out. Like,
No, but I don't mean the fucking
I was gonna
TV
say,
series.
oh, you're talking about the
Game.
game?
Telltale
Oh, right,
game.
you're talking about the
Game.
Telltale game. Yeah, right, yeah, yeah.
Say, in the same world.
Yeah, same world, different
It's-
story. But
oh,
still,
Clementine,
still
lad,
haven't played it.
Clementine. Sorry, I spoiled the game. Her name's Clementine. Game over, guys.
Just the no just moves. It's just the spoilers podcast now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my number 2. Dan, yours? Actually, we're guessing.
Guessing.
Number 2.
What was your number 3?
I guessed Isaac for number 3, but I want to guess Isaac again for number 2.
What
Yeah,
was Dan's number 3?
I'll put Isaac.
Isaac at
too.
number 2.
Yeah.
I know what you, I
It's
know what you
just-
played it.
This first Rogue game, like sort of style game I'd ever played, and didn't realise that I'm apparently addicted to them style of games. Yeah, still
You
playing.
played
It.
Lara Rogue Legacy as well, didn't you? Like,
Yeah, that's just it. Like the worst week of my life.
Rogue
Platinum-
Legacy. That was the most
platinum
impressive
game.
platinum I've seen anyone do. Rogue Legacy, because I tried it myself, and it's a fucking tough game. Tough game.
I nearly broke my pads. I nearly broke my hand. I punched the couch actually, and like hit the wood.
I might put like little
game.
picture annotations
You're
in the middle of
crazy.
just stuff, and I'll put a picture of like the Alexander Extreme Battle or wherever it is. I'll put that in the middle and just show like a link or something to the video. Fuck me,
Hey.
it's difficult. It's a difficult game.
Hardest boss.
Well, next week, top 10 hardest bosses in games.
I've given it away.
Go watch,
Yeah.
watch Mojo.
Watch Mojo.
Yeah, top 10s, dude. Every day.
Kate and Carl,
Right.
number 2.
You go first. Oh wait, guess Carl first then.
Guess Carl's first.
What was his
give
third
us a
one?
hint. Give us a hint or something. PS4.
It's me, lad.
What's it on?
It's you.
PC.
Carl, the video game.
Carlos, the video.
Happy-go-lucky game. The game. What was your number 3, Daisy?
Counter Strike.
Just keep guessing Counter Strike.
No. Maybe Armor 3?
Come out this year.
I want to say Reign of
This
Kings
year.
again.
No, it won't be that.
No,
that
not
one
Reign of
is
Kings.
number 2.
This year.
I don't know. This year on the PC or PlayStation?
Well then.
PC.
No.
PC.
Oh, it
H1Z1.
Hearthstone.
H1Z1.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Does it count this year? I was gonna say that as well.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Elaborate. Like about it?
What?
Did you talk about it?
Elaborate.
Oh, fan of zombie games, aren't
You
I?
are.
It's
Yeah.
just, I don't know, something different.
What separated it from?
Yeah, Battle Royale's good to be fair.
Yeah,
No.
I've been addicted to Battle Royale. It's so good. We've been streaming it. Like, people on the stream will have seen it. It's highlighted.
Yeah.
Although they need to sort that lobby screen out.
Oh
Oh,
my
no.
god, that's the worst. That's like the worst lobbies, right? I say this every single
I
game I
know.
play. The worst
You
fucking
guys
lobby
playing
screen.
it, I don't care.
So yeah,
Like-
you care about shit. Anything we care about, you don't care.
You just, it's, all the only problem is people just stream a lot and just like. Just
No,
tune
basically
it
for
out.
anyone who hasn't played Battle Royale and H1Z1, the
Watch
lobby
our
screen,
videos
rather than
and then-
having like a nice list of players, like 99% of other games, drops you into like a sandbox arena with like all the other players. Bearing in mind there's 140 players in each lobby, drops you into a big sandbox full of them. They spawn cars. There's a fucking. There's people screaming on the headset. Like, at least mute the headset. People just run around playing fucking. I've heard I've heard Barbie Girl like every single time, just sprinting around, cars going off, police sirens. I get like 3 frames a second in that lobby. It's a fucking joke. They need to fix it. Rant
What's
over.
wrong with it?
Okay, it's not
Just
that
get
bad,
over it.
but there's stuff
Why
wrong
do
with
you
it.
care so much about the lobby?
Because it's
doesn't-
irritating. It's irritating.
It's irritating you.
It's so annoying.
Yeah.
You know what it is? It's actually Paul's
Yeah,
the one
wait,
who's getting
like,
it. I'm the one who's streaming.
It's irritating.
Singing
I
Barbie
stand
Girl.
by it.
The
I
worst
stand by
when
it being
someone
irritating.
follows you around, like screaming at you, and you're just like, go away. No.
I stand by it being irritating. Kate,
Okay.
Stand by.
number 2.
I know, 2. Someone else guess them.
Oh,
Forgot
what was your number
Guessing.
3? Oddworld.
Yeah.
I'm going to say H1Z.
Did it come out this year? PC, PlayStation 4? These are questions, by the way.
Yeah, this year.
Came out this
PS4.
year.
Yeah.
And it
One
was
of, like,
PS4.
my-
Ooh,
Ollie
Let's
Ollie.
see. Indie or Triple A?
What?
Is it indie
indie game,
developer or
AAA,
AAA?
big one.
Call of Duty?
I don't know. Is
This year.
it?
Is it?
Wait, do you think it's on PS4?
Yeah, is it not?
You said
It's
PS4?
PS4.
Um,
No,
I
PC.
PC
Oh,
came out
Carl,
this year.
you still have my fucking Call of Duty 4, I think.
Call of
5.
Duty 4.
No. What Call of Duty is it? Advanced Warfare?
Which one?
Advanced Warfare. That's the one.
Mm.
I see you over there.
Hey, don't be putting me on blast.
On blast. We're gonna get sued by
Put you on
Jiggy.
blast. Sorry, a live blast.
Gonna have to bleep the names out. I don't know. Tell us.
H1Z1.
H1Z1, really?
Like, recently, what I play, yeah.
Battle Royale.
Mm-hmm.
It is a lot. It's a lot different from DayZ.
It is.
Definitely is like
It's
DayZ that you spend so much time looting.
Yeah.
And it's just so-
DayZ's like a survival sim, whereas H1Z1's like a survival game. I
Yeah.
think.
Well, yeah.
Daisy's up there, lad. Daisy's up there.
DayZ is like a very realistic game, very very real. Apart from like the glitches and
The
shit.
hackers.
The hackers, the glitches, but like it's computer software, isn't it? So you can't argue. It's like, but yeah, H1Z1 feels more like it's like a softcore version of it. I'd say an entry.
guess
I'd
so.
say an entry level DayZ.
You've got to remember though, it's a
Entry-level.
soft game compared to Daisy. DayZ's not solid whatsoever.
No, it's not. I agree.
Too many errors.
I agree. But yeah,
Hey,
definitely H1Z1.
one-
If you haven't played it, yes, definitely pick up H1Z1. How much is H1Z1 now? Is it still? It's not early access, is it?
12 quid on
Access, yeah.
It is early access, isn't it? The
Yeah,
one
man.
thing they shouldn't. I don't want to talk
15
too much about
quid
H1Z1.
on Steam.
15 quid.
12 quid on G2A.
Yeah.
Don't fucking
Episode sponsored by G2A.com.
G2A, visit our G2A accounts and
Type
give us
in
some...
"give it the Gunfingers" for 3% off.
Quote
Quote my love at the checkout screen. No, yeah, I don't want to talk too much about H1Z1, like, but yeah, Battle Royale. If they start charging for like event tickets for Battle Royale, that'll
Once the
probably
game gets
kill
released.
the game off. I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Because they've got something good going there. Good thing going.
Can
So.
get PC games.
Richard, number 2, matey.
Yes. My number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So excuse me, I've got a bad throat.
Well, aren't you guessing?
Number 2.
Killing
Give us a hint.
Four.
What's it on first? Is it on
Well-
PC, PS?
Killing Floor 2.
PS. No.
PS4.
That's PS4. This year.
PS4?
This year.
Evolve.
The order, yeah, take the order.
Evolve.
The order. That 6-hour gameplay.
Mate, you don't have the order.
What do you call this then, buddy?
Let's go on. Open it up on cam and let's see the game inside.
No. Yeah, I just spent 50 quid on just the box. No game.
Bought the box and traded the game in.
Wore the necklace for about 2 days and then that was it. Done.
Oh, the order. So
Was it the order? Was that number 2?
no, as if
I'm standing
who
by
said
it.
Bloodborne?
Evolve. I said Evolve.
Evolve. Evolve. Dan said Bloodborne. Well, Dad, you're wrong. Actually, no, you're right.
Right, Bloodborne number 2. Go
Yeah,
on.
Bloodborne's number 2. That's
Elaborate.
really good. I still need to finish it, but it's still, like what term are we using? Softcore
Entry level.
Bloodborne. Entry level
Dark Souls.
entry level Dark Souls.
Mm-hmm.
Dark Souls is really good as well. But yeah, Bloodborne.
I got
Yeah,
Perfect segue into my number 1, which is Bloodborne.
which is Bloodborne.
Yeah, number 1. Hands down, the best game I've played this year. Arguably, and I've said this before, not counting Final Fantasy 14, probably the best PS4 game I've played so far since the release of the system. Because I don't count Final Fantasy 14 because it's more like the game isn't on the system. It's more like the system's hosting the game. Like, it just feels like a PC version, but you're just using the PS4 to run it. Oh, the dog.
What the
Well,
dog
I'm
out.
gonna have to start again now. Like, here, number 3.
This is HappyGoLuckyGamer.
Lulu.
That's the actual
The
happy
face
go.
behind the YouTube. It's actually a pooch. But yeah, hands down, only because I was such a massive fan of Dark Souls. Going into Bloodborne was like Richard said on his one, like entry level. Like, it's a lot easier than Dark Souls. I know a lot of people are saying that it's harder,
I
but
wouldn't say it's a lot easier. It starts off a lot easier, and then it like
yeah, it
basically
definitely
I would say
scales,
it's
like-
just as hard as Dark Souls near the end, but like it starts off pretty easy. So like people who aren't like used to the Dark Souls series or like that kind of gameplay can get into it easier, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, that's true.
I heard
So
there's
like
a
it.
broke.
There's a what?
Sorry.
I've heard that it's broke if you leave the game in for more than 10
yeah.
hours.
Yeah,
But
one of the bosses.
Did
One of the
they-
bosses goes into like. It's only with one of the bosses though. Like, everyone was making out like it was every boss, but basically there's a boss in the game. Not giving too much away.
Wait, there's
You-
bosses in the game.
You have to you have to fight. You have to fight to like unlock a certain area or whatever. And he has like a massive scythe. As well as using the scythe, he uses like these big AoE attacks, like these big mage attacks. And if you leave your game on for like 12 hours straight, he just uses like melee, which is really easy to dodge and really easy to kill him with. Which I think happened to me by mistake, like, because when the game came out, I played it for like a week straight. Like 12 hours at a time, and I think that's what happened because I remember me and you tried it, did we, Richard, on your account?
Yeah, me and Paul tried it,
And
And then, like, actually, we did okay.
I went in thinking, oh, this boss is easy. Like, once he gets to like half health, he just swipes at you, and it's really easy to dodge. But he was like throwing knives and fucking teleporting and
doing, like,
jumping
those
in the air and
spells,
shit. And I was
isn't
like, he didn't do any of this for me, but that's where I think
Well,
I got
like,
hit with.
That
like,
one
an
time
early
we did it,
stage.
remember? Like, he got to the halfway point and he was about to do his...
Oh yeah, and we like
on-
cancelled it. We like silenced him, didn't we? Like we jumped in
Yeah.
and killed him. Like,
yeah, we did a heavy attack and, like, did
knocked
a-
him over, and it like cancelled his attack. But
and he was just doing his mealees, but
Yeah.
it still died.
definitely, I mean, it's still a challenge. Like if you're looking for a challenge, it's not overly difficult where you get stuck. It's just like trial and error.
And for all you COD players, the guns in the game, so you know.
There's weapons,
Guns.
guns in the game, ranged weapons. They do shit all. It's only just it's for the parry system. But
Right.
again,
you don't need to know.
that's
Spoil it.
But we'll talk about Bloodborne when Richard finishes it. Just like we'll talk about Dark Souls 1 when he finishes that too.
Shut up. I don't need to finish it. I know what happens, and I've technically finished it in my head. That's all it needs.
Go on, Dan.
I heard
Sure.
there's like a story to Dark Souls 1. Like, obviously I haven't played it, and I like jumped straight to Dark Souls 2, started playing that. But
Well,
there's like no story really.
No,
You just
it's-
kind of
there's lore. It's like cult
get
lore.
up and then
There is lore, but there's like it's very.
and they
It
get
doesn't
told
like.
to like look for souls. That's literally what happens.
It's
Yeah,
very
like
vague lore.
if you want to know the story, you need to like literally look it up,
Read into it
and,
yourself.
or like really
Right,
listen
okay.
to like and talk
Which
to
is
other
the problem.
dudes.
I don't have a problem with that. Like, I think that's quite cool. I've
No,
got
me
a
neither.
cult following behind it. Like, you have a lot of Reddit forums and stuff creating new posts, and and the thing is, when things aren't like set in stone when it comes to story, it allows basis for theories and stuff like that,
Mhm.
which is
I like that.
which is just as good because it encourages creativity within the
Oh yeah,
community. So
it is,
I have no problem with it.
when we're doing number ones, this is Dan's number one now.
Yeah, good luck.
Good luck.
Is that the game? Good luck. Sorry,
You put Final
No.
Fantasy 14 at 3.
Final Fantasy. Number one, PS4.
PS4, I imagine. No,
Nope.
not PS4. Wii U.
No, yeah,
Super Smash Bros.
nope.
No. Oh shit, I'm out now.
Nope.
Is it one of them Zelda games?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Go on, I've
Maybe.
guessed. I've guessed.
But
Maybe
Someone else
a
has to
Zelda
guess.
game.
yeah, well, I've not played it till this year. Wind Waker, so Wind Waker HD.
Ah, of course, yeah. I was thinking Twilight Princess.
Oh,
When we
so stunning.
Go on,
Oh,
elaborate.
Gorgeous. Loved it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
it's
enjoyed
great.
it myself as well. I got it last year with the Wii U when it released.
I keep thinking it's
what
the first
what a stunning game.
Zelda game that I played with Toon Link, but it's not because I played Minish Cap first. But I not that I didn't think I wasn't gonna like it, but I was just like waiting to see. But it's so similar.
How
like,
weird is it that it like
but
doesn't feel like a Zelda game while it feels like a Zelda game at the
it's
same
like a Zelda
time?
game, yeah.
It's so crazy, isn't it? It's like got the exact same theme. Like it's just exploration,
Yeah.
dungeon, exploration, dungeon,
Hmm.
and it's so. And if you were to write it out like a walkthrough of each stage, it just looks so linear. But it's such a massive, just open world game. Like you can just
Yeah.
go anywhere on your boat. Just go anywhere. He just gets his little
The thi-
thing out, and he just go
Oh,
anywhere,
yeah.
go anywhere he wants. But
The
yeah,
thing
I
is, like,
played Wind Waker HD for the first. I didn't play it on the GameCube. I went straight into the HD version and stunning.
things like the arrangements, like with any Zelda game, because they're always like you've got your themes, and then you've got arrangements of them for like different games, and you know, because you're in the same place, like you could be in Kakariko Village in Ocarina of Time, and then you can be there in Twilight Princess, and like the melody's the same, but it's arrangement's completely
Yeah.
different. So you listen to the same song, but it's
I know what you
different.
mean. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, same with Wind Waker, and
The one thing
yeah,
I
it
love
was
about the
like all
music for
sea
Wind
shanty
Waker.
esque.
Yeah.
Instead of being like in a big open like field and stuff, it's just all water. Like it's just like,
It does.
but which sounds like a cop out, but it's not. It's just not.
No, it's
Apple.
gorgeous. And like the way that the levels are designed are around like what it'd be like if like the world was actually flooded. So you've got like
Yeah,
areas that you
you've got,
can't
like,
get
the
to because like it'll look like a well, but then when you drain the well, like you go down the well, and it's actually like part of a cavern, and the level design's incredible. But the one thing I'll touch back on the music quickly, when you get into a fight, the fight music, like the one thing that like separates it from other Zelda games is like, off the top of my head, I don't think any of the Zelda games done it, but like, so you get into combat with someone and like the enemy music comes on, so like it's like a violin, right, where it's like and then like when you hit the enemy it goes like every hit like is a different instrument, and it makes a different song every time, because like you could be like boom 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 boom, or you could like boom 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 boom. Incredible. So well designed and looks gorgeous on the Wii U. Like say what you want about the Wii U, it looks stunning. And the new Xenoblade,
all that 1080
the new Xenoblade due to release when this summer, I don't know, but the download takes up the entire hard drive. If you were to buy it on the Wii U store, it takes up the entire hard drive. That's how big that game's gonna be.
Which game?
Xenoblade Chronicles X. Might
the
not
Wii
be
U hard drive's only like 32 gig though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is only small to be fair, but I mean, that's gonna be a big game. It's gonna be a huge game. They compared it to like, the game developer done a video the other day. Compared it to like Zelda. Like it's gonna be that big. Like it's gonna be as big as a Zelda game. So, right.
I'll have to buy it.
Happy Go Lucky. What's your number one, Macy?
You tell me.
Counter-Strike.
Everyone.
God damn it, I'm honest.
PS4.
PS4.
Valiant Hearts.
Oh, smashed it.
You got it? You got it?
That
You
is
got
good. Such
Elaborate.
a good game.
What did you like about it?
I've never played a game like it.
Yeah.
Never been so heartfelt by a game. And plus it's good to learn about your history as well.
Yeah.
Ubisoft, the little, you know...
There's a small
Fuck
Ubisoft team, right? Only a small team.
Yeah.
But Ubisoft fuck up on Assassin's Creed Unity
Yeah,
and...
Ubisoft are in a dark place at the minute, like, it's... We don't
That's
want to
the
talk about Ubisoft. Don't get me
Sounds
started
like
on
they
Ubisoft.
need the Child of Light.
It's a good...
Is it called?
See, even Child of Light, do you enjoy Child of Light, Dan?
Yeah.
It was good, and I'm sure it was done by the same team, because it looks the same.
Similar art, yeah.
Maybe
Not gonna lie, like Valiant Hearts, I haven't balled at a game since like in a while. And at the end, I was just like,
read the podcast title because I haven't played it yet, so no spoilers.
I haven't got to
Yeah,
the
I
end
won't
yet.
say what happens, but tears were shed.
It's on my list. It's on my list. But
It's a hit, lad. Oh, it's a
Plus,
hit.
use it gorgeous soundtrack
Yeah,
as well.
it's-
Everything about it, fucking well done.
Yeah.
Good puzzle game. Good fucking
Decent
story.
puzzles, yeah.
Just got everything for
And the
you.
little dog as well. The dog.
Yeah, he's such a
I
legend.
love it.
He's a hero.
that's like the
He's
one
a
thing in
hero.
like
He's a war hero.
in movies and like games is like
Yeah, you-
introduce like a friendly like animal companion.
Yeah,
Like
animal,
that's just
yeah.
one, like that's how you hit home hard, because people
Yeah,
don't give a shit
definitely.
about other people. Like most people are just like, oh, he died, whatever. But like if like something happens to an animal in like a film, like it's the way I Am Legend.
Yeah, I am Legend.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
No spoilers.
Oh.
In case no one's seen it, I don't know how you wouldn't have seen I Am Legend, because it's like
Spoils and
10
everything.
years old now. But like, fuck.
Did you play that Never Alone?
I haven't
Real
played it
quick.
yet, no. I haven't played any of the new ones, apart from I played a little bit of Tower of Guns.
I mean, it's like it was good. Like I enjoyed it. It's nothing really to write home about. I must have finished it in like 2 hours or something. It's not exactly hard, but again, like even though like a blitz through it, stuff happens, and you know you're a bit like, the fuck, like hits your heart a bit. You're like, oh.
Nothing better than a game that gets you invested like that, in my opinion anyway. I'm sure Richard will disagree. Does it have multiplayer?
It doesn't have multiplayer. Hey.
I'm kidding.
It's not
Two
never
of the
been-
games I've played.
Someone dies in a game and Richard laughs.
What, dude? I don't care. Like, you guys all play Call of Duty and Battlefield for the story. You play the story. I don't know if Dan
No,
does.
I don't play it for the story. I play it to
You
see what the story's
you
like.
play the story. You don't play it for the story. You play the story.
Yeah,
Where I
exactly.
just don't care. I jump on. But that's those type of games. Those are. I
Did you
consider them.
Did you play the
multiplayer games.
You played the Advanced Warfare story, didn't you?
Who?
You, Richard.
No.
You didn't play it.
I didn't play it. I didn't touch it.
Oh
Lad, I
my
put
God,
it in.
Lad, Kevin
Install
Spacey's
the
acting
update.
was like borderline.
care.
movie. Why you
I
should
don't
care?
care.
Moving on.
I just went straight to multiplayer.
Kate, what was your number one
And now,
game?
Carl and Kate has it. I still want that back, by the way.
Anyway.
Let's guess.
Go on, anyway.
Story mode twice. I've done it for you.
You one for yourself, one for me.
Can't
Thank
deny
you very
Kevin
much.
Spacey's acting. You wouldn't even think it was a game. I mean, you've got it handed to them. Like I don't follow COD anymore, and I'm not like I buy them every year because I'm a pawn of society and capitalism. But like you can't deny like what they done with the technology. You can't. But we'll talk about that in a bit because that's one of our topics. Kate, number one, PS4 or PC or dog
Oh, dog.
or DS. You played a lot of DS this year, right?
Yeah. I'm not gonna tell you. You just
Yeah,
have to guess.
You're not gonna tell me.
Oh well, that's it, guys.
Oh.
She's not telling us.
Is it?
A woman never tells.
I never tell you.
I'm gonna guess Mario Kart DS or Mario Kart 7 rather. Don't know. No, Richard.
8. What has she played this year? I don't know. Last of Us.
Yes, it is.
That's my
Last
guess.
of Us, yeah.
Of course it
You
is, yeah.
you love The Last of Us. What rank are you
You
on The
do.
Last of Us?
Like,
90.
100.
You're like 96 or something. Like
Yeah,
that's
God,
crazy.
Kate's
That's
always
So-
playing
96 weeks. Carl's done like 3 weeks on the game. Get the other 93 at Kate. It's insane. You love The Last of Us, right? I'd argue that that's one of your favourite games of all time.
saying that, no, but Uncharted, like, I'm waiting for Uncharted 4, to be fair. Like, that is, like, up there. That'd be, like, my new favourite, to be fair.
Well, let's wait and see. It might not be.
I know.
They might,
It
fuck
better
it up.
be.
They might fuck it up. I mean, we don't know.
You better not.
They won't.
Yep. Plenty of the
Yeah,
other
but
ones.
It's
Uncharted.
Naughty Dog. You can't go wrong with Naughty Dog. You really
Yeah.
can't. They never fail.
Crash Bandicoot
Like
as well,
name,
it's
like
fuck
name,
that.
name. I egg someone to name a failed
Um,
Naughty Dog game. Like
Just
Fail.
Kate, you're
Yeah.
jumping in and out the audio wise system.
is that not just me? I thought that was just me.
No, that's Kate. That's everyone.
Hello.
We can hear you, but yeah, it's like not picking you up very
Yeah,
well.
it keeps cutting out. Speak.
You have to
I don't know
speak up.
why.
Project.
I am speaking out.
There we go.
Put some attitude in your voice, girl.
Son of a bitch.
That's the subscription. That's the subscription, Mark. Ah, I remembered it now. I couldn't remember it the other day.
The water subscription noise.
Yeah.
Yours is one.
Richard's number one.
You are my one.
Is it PS4? Is it PS4 or PC?
You can't say Killing. I can't say Killing Floor 2. That's only came out the other day. Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking. My number one. Counter Strike. Which one? Which one? Global Offense or Source?
It's
That's-
called
that's
offensive.
right. It's neither. It's Team Fortress 2, guy. It's a brand new game.
This new game, Team Fortress 2,
Came out this year, actually.
free to play.
Hey, imagine
Yes.
if we had Ryan on here. What's
Right.
your favourite?
We were saying this the other day. I know it was you were saying to Richard, wasn't it?
Skyrim.
Like, we
It
should
is
get Richard on.
Oh,
Because,
yeah.
We should get Ryan on because like he's got such a childish mind when it comes to like games. Like if he sees something that looks good, like he'll just be like, "Oh, I want to play that game." Like he doesn't care about anything else apart from whether he's having fun on it. Like we'll get him on. Like that'd be pretty funny.
I was on party chat to him, and him and Kyle were playing New and Tasty. Oh, it was the funniest thing. I could hear them trying to work out different methods of getting past like the little puzzles and that. Oh, it's hilarious. Just go, what are you doing that for? Like you could hear him like get blown up, and he's like, what are you doing that for?
Yeah, Ryan's he's a funny character when it comes to games. Either if it looks fun, to play, or it's like nostalgic. That's where we connect. Let the record show that me and Ryan are cousins, by the way. So we used to play a lot of games like together when we were younger. So like whenever I bring up an old game that we used to play, he's like, "Oh shit, like I remember that," and then like he'll want to play it. He loves Shining Force. Shining Force is like one of his favorite games.
You played a lot of Cool Spot as well, didn't you?
Oh,
good.
love Cool Spot. We'll do an episode with like top 10 games of all time. I think that'll be a lot easier to talk about. I mean, top 3 games this year is a bit. I just thought
I'll
because
put
like
them in order.
because like top 10 would take up like a full episode by far. I mean, we're already 45 minutes into this now.
Yeah.
Like, it's flying, and we've still got like 3 topics on the list as well. So
How many fuck-ups have we had?
fuck ups. None, thanks to post production. I could have cut that out. No.
No.
What?
No,
Did we guess your number 1?
No.
Yeah.
We never.
What is your
I
number
didn't
one?
say. But you
is it
guys
PS4?
guessed it wrong. Of course, the one, the only League of Legends. No, it's not League of
Jesus
Legends.
Christ.
That's the one. I apologize. My number 1 game. I don't know. I don't like to have a number 1 because there's so many. Can I just list out a load of good games? that I
Fucking
played
liberal
this year?
cunt.
I'm not a liberal cunt. A load of good
Honourable
games that I
mentions.
played this year.
Yeah,
Honorable mentions, guys. Age of Empires 2, HD, of course.
Played a lot of
Played
that.
it with Paul Turner and
Even
Carlos
though-
over
even
here,
though it's
of
like-
course.
Pretty much like 17
Yeah.
years old
Yeah.
at this point.
You said that it could come out at any time,
That's true.
so shut your face. It's actually Pokemon Yellow on Game Boy.
Just say your number 1. Jesus.
I don't like saying number 1 because obviously it means like, oh,
What game have you had
this
most
is his
fun
number
playing?
1 favorite
What
game.
game has
I've
given you
played a lot.
most reward playing this year?
Reward?
Looks like we
I
got
feel
Steel
Instead of
Armor 3.
Armor 3,
Yeah.
number 1, really?
Yeah, and Armor 3. It's just like
So
one of my
awesome.
favorite shooter games. I wouldn't say FPS because it's not. You got third person as well, but it's like
Sorry.
it's
Richard.
really well done.
It's an army.
What?
It's an army sim.
Wait, give me a second.
You're next
I
to each
think
other.
you're there.
Yeah, that's right.
I just
There we go. We can sync that up afterwards.
like just beating Carl.
Yeah. I'll just have Richard's hand coming into your frame, like. Doodly doo. No, but go on, talk about Armor 3. Why?
Sorry.
Armor 3. Oh God, no! Don't put me in the spotlight. Only played 20 minutes of it, but I really like it. I really like the graphics.
Well, I didn't actually. I just installed it, but you know, it looked cool
Just
on the
installed
Steam
it.
homepage.
Dan,
No, because it's a lot different from a lot of your regular army games.
It's
I guess.
it's an army simulator. It runs off
Yeah,
the
it's definitely an army.
same engine as DayZ. Well, it will do soon. It's an
Well,
army sim.
yeah, I think Daisy is kind of.
Same engine as Armour 3. Not Armour 3 will run off the same engine as Daisy.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
No,
yeah.
no,
Like,
no,
DayZ
and I
will
think
be
like
running off-
Daisy's gonna like update to Armor 3's engine or
That's what I
something.
mean. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, yeah. But like, it's so smooth and well done, put together. Like even like it's just it's very hard to explain because I feel like there's so much to do on Armor 3. It's not just like Call of Duty where okay I'm just going in and shoot a load of people, or like Hardline where okay I'm playing Conquest or I'm playing Hardpoint or whatever. There's like there are objectives, but there's like different. You got like you do have them type of games, but then it's like it's actually an effort to play.
It really is.
If you get what I mean, like you need
I
to put the effort
played,
in where it is.
like 2 hours of it.
You played
recently.
a bit.
Um,
Carl plays a bit,
it's,
and like it's not like like
it's
Call of
stressful.
Duty,
You really
literally-
have to think.
It is
like,
stressful
It is
game,
really stressful.
but it's when you do get them kills in, and you do feel like I play a lot of King of the Hill mostly, and there's other games like even Battle Royale, which is H1Z1,
Mhm.
has like not I wouldn't say rip off because the guy who made the Battle
Well,
Royale mod
Battle
for
Royale
Armor
is
3.
an old Japanese film.
God, I think we all know that. I think we
One
all
of my
that.
favourite
We
cult
need to
films,
spoil
though.
it.
Next week's episode, we're gonna watch Battle Royale live on stream,
Live with
and then
commentary.
we're gonna watch the Hunger Games.
No, but you do know, like, the
Don't get me.
H1Z1 Battle Royale is developed by the same guy who made the Armor 3
Oh
one.
really? I did not know that.
It's a player unknown. It's the same person
Same
who
person?
makes it.
Oh, I didn't even know.
Yeah,
that.
they brought him he brought him onto the H1Z1 team just so we can get it.
I did enjoy Battle Royale on Armor 3, but
That's why
again,
I'm
it
saying-
was like
Yeah,
it didn't feel as solid. It didn't feel like a game. Like it did feel like a simulator. It's same. Well, H1Z1.
It's more of a,
You get dropped in. You got like five guns that you can find. Pretty much every house has a gun.
yeah, pretty well.
But with Arma
Same
3,
as-
Arma 3, it's like
Arma 3 had
okay, I've
guns in
spawned
the-
like I get into like a house on the cliffside or whatever. And
That's
there's like guns on the
Ghost
floor, so
Hotel
it's
you're
like
talking about.
I have to
Yeah.
start organising space in my inventory and like actually thinking about where I'm putting stuff. Whereas H1Z1, it's just like it goes in my bag, it goes in my bag, it goes in my pants, goes in my bag. Like it's dead easy. You just
Yeah,
pick it
it's-
up. Like Arma
Yeah, that's
3, you
what
have
I'm
to
saying.
think about like space.
H1Z1
And
though.
it's very
so much-
advanced, very
So
advanced.
much an easier game.
Yeah.
Basically, H1Z1 is like the Bloodborne of Dark Souls,
Mm.
kind of in a sense,
nice
I guess.
callback. Yeah, it is true.
Hey!
So yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What a
you can
fucking
cut that out.
boring subject. told no one anything about any of us, like.
About us personally,
But we can move on. I've
Well,
got
we're
written
guys.
down here.
girl.
And
We
We
all
all,
got.
we all saw that Skyrim was free to play this weekend, right?
Kind of established that like you three are all like into shooters and PC games, and I'm not.
Like,
Yet.
I'm
Dan's
kind of
not yet.
I'm
Not.
like jack of all trades when it comes to games, apart from sports titles, really.
Yeah.
Play all
Yeah,
sorts of
I've-
games.
I used to like the NBA
Very
games,
invested.
believe it or not. But
NBA Jam, solid game. It's behind me on the show.
I think the last one I played was 2K7 from the early PS3 days.
I don't think I ever played.
We'll
Oh.
we'll do more
It's
detail.
The only
Sports
sport
game.
game I played was Space Jam. Do you remember
Oh,
that
middle
film,
game,
Space Jam?
Ah,
That made it into a game, I'm sure.
There's a
and I
Space
remember.
Jam game, and I've never played
Yeah.
Is there? I thought you were joking.
No, I'm
Sports
not.
Friends?
PS1.
Sports
game.
Friends, yeah, that's a
Sports Friends,
party
that's
game.
a-
That's a party game.
Wait, I mean, would that be your favourite game? That is actually boss.
Oh yeah, that's like saying I don't play sports games, but I like where Wii Sports Resort.
Yeah,
Like,
it's nice. It's like it's a party
offensive.
game. It's a watered down.
Well, the only sports I play is
Yeah.
beer pong.
Let's play the sport of jogging. No, let's play the sport of
You all got
popping balloons
weekends.
with an airplane. Like, it doesn't count. Right, can we move on to Skyrim
Yeah.
being free this weekend on Steam? The reason I wrote it
Yeah.
down, I was
So, guys, we're sponsored by
Free,
Skyrim themselves.
yeah, well,
I think we
no one's
should
gonna
actually
see
talk
it. No
about
one.
the mods.
It's gonna be not free by the time this episode comes out, probably. But
No, but have you heard about the mods
I
that they're
have heard about
selling?
the mods. Yeah, I read a little bit about them. Like they're selling
Like-
the mods, like as like
Yeah.
extra content. Like and Bethesda are like kicking off over it, right? Like a lot of people in like the professional modding
No.
community were like
Well,
like
the
getting
people
out
in
of the
profession-
game
yeah.
because like they were just getting mad at what Bethesda was doing. Like
Well, I don't think it's Bethesda personally. No, but like
no,
it's
they're
like what
kicking off
Steam
because
sells, like-
people are selling the mods like as extra
Yeah.
content, and like Bethesda aren't getting any revenue from it.
They are getting revenue.
From the mods,
They are?
they're not. That's why
Yeah.
everyone's. That's why they're kicking
that
off.
they're selling on Steam. They are. They're getting like 25%.
Really? Oh, well, I stand corrected then. I didn't know that.
I don't
I've
know.
what's
Oh,
that
maybe
guy?
that. Oh, so that's why they're getting out of it because Bethesda are taking money.
Yeah, that's why like the moderators don't really like because they're not actually doing anything. It's the actual people who are making the mods for their game, which obviously like people will buy the game maybe for the mods if they're like decent mods.
Oh, maybe I read it wrong.
But like
Why would
uh,
there can't be
It's
that
actually-
much money in that? Surely, if you've got to give away your
Well,
cut,
did you
'cause
see?
they
I
can't-
read, go on.
oh wait, no, I think
they're not
Bethesda
gonna
is
be, like,
giving.
they can't be expensive
Oh
like the
what?
mods. Otherwise, no one's gonna buy them.
no,
Like,
no, it's
people will buy
time
them.
in it.
There'll
though.
always be people who buy them, but
I
But I
think
don't
I'm the only
understand.
person in the world who isn't interested in modding. Like,
not at all.
like
I'm not.
maybe when I was like 12, like I was interested because it's like, oh, I look for a sports car in a game that's not supposed to have a sports car in. But like now,
Okay.
I'm like,
Yeah.
apart from like maybe graphical
the only
content,
mod.
Two.
I didn't get that car cut out.
What? Sorry.
I said Richard on Age of Empires 2.
Oh shit! Yeah, the sports car.
Literally, the only mods I can think of that would have interested me when I was like 12 years old would be to make all your Sims naked and make them do it in the bed for the shits and gigs.
Hot coffee mod, San
Hilarious. Woo woo. It used to be called woo woo or something, didn't it?
I need to retract the statement I said. It's not Bethesda's not getting 25%. It's the modders that are getting 25%,
So
and the rest are
Bethesda,
either going to Bethesda or Steam.
that makes more sense.
So like,
Nah.
It's kind of like Nintendo do with their
Don't see the
fucking
point.
revenue
The thing
program
is,
on
like, if
YouTube,
modders are gonna make if they're gonna make it, like, and if they're gonna do it for
Yeah.
free, they might as well make some sort of profit. But I guess
Mm.
it's the idea of like somebody else taking the money for it.
Oh look, someone
That-
3D mapped a
yeah.
pony onto a horse. Give me a fiver for it. Like
Yeah.
it
Oh.
should. The modern community should stay free. Like
Yes.
there's a good community. I'm not really interested in it, apart from maybe graphical
funny.
mods. It is. It's just funny. It's just humor. Like I've got Skyrim downloaded now just because it's free, and I'll probably pay the $2.50 to keep it because, I mean,
It's 250.
it's $2.50 and for
I
such
paid
a
full price,
like
guys.
if you haven't played Skyrim yet, like I was saying before, like,
You need to.
I'm sure everyone's played Skyrim at this point, but even if they haven't, it's free to play on Steam this weekend, like, and then $2.50 to keep. £2.50.
Well,
I've bought Skyrim twice. I actually bought the first edition on the PS3 when it
Well,
first released.
That's this Sunday now, so
Like-
the free weekend's kind of up now.
Now there's still 21 hours left on Steam. That's the edition, yeah. I bought that edition when it first released, 40 nid, and then I didn't buy any of the DLC. Got really like winged off Skyrim, and then as soon as the Legendary edition came out, forked out another 35 for that one. So totaled like 70 quid spent on Skyrim, and then you can buy it for 250. Like, and it's the reason I put this on the topic list because I was thinking these are like massive games, and they're getting sold for like buttons, like
A lot
2
of
buses. Like
goes
it costs
into-
more to get 2 buses
Well,
like than it
are
does to buy
you-
a game so huge. So like,
Are
it
you
makes-
against that or for it?
Well, I'm not necessarily for or against. It's more it devalues the game, I think, because
Oh, you're saying like
Skyrim's such a
good
huge
games
game.
being
So like,
so cheap,
yeah,
or
that's,
it's
yeah,
like
that's what I'm saying.
making them look bad,
I know it's a few years
as
old
if
now,
like it's,
so but
yeah, it's a
so
couple
it's
of years.
understandable. You could probably get it for maybe cheaper a Car Beauty or a CEX, but even still,
I'll tell you what.
it
I'll tell you
devalues.
what's
It's
so
such
fun
a
with
such a
him.
huge game, and I just think it devalues it a little bit because think about it. If you've paid £40 for Skyrim, that's like what a 300-hour,
Yeah, that's what
300-hour
thing
game.
is like.
Arguably,
Yeah.
depending on how much time you put into it, how invested you get into it, and then you can just pick it up for $2.50. It's people aren't as inclined to play it. Like if you get a cheap game on Steam, you know I've got hundreds of cheap
But I
games
feel-
on Steam, and you play the first hour, and then it's like, oh, I'm losing nothing from this. So, like I've got
I don't
loads of
know,
games
but-
that have come with the humble bundle, like that Shadow Warrior. Like I've played what 53 minutes, and like it's a good game. It's a solid game, but
Really?
I just don't feel as invested because I didn't spend loads of money on it. Do you know what I mean? I think it devalues.
What
Okay.
draws my
Well,
head in?
Go on.
What does my head in is, you've got the likes of like Nintendo, and on the Virtual Console, they're still selling like retro games ported to like the Wii U and 3DS. Well, yes, some of them like they're good games and whatnot, but they're still charging like about £7 for them
Mhm.
downloads, and like you've got like a quality game which will give you hours and hours and hours of gameplay there for $2.50. Sure, it's a good deal, and
It's an insane. It's a
if
steal.
you've not got a
It's
lot,
steal.
if you've got not got a lot of money, then you can snatch it up. But like,
For someone
if
who's
they
for
don't get no
someone,
money, then I feel like I want it. If the game's really good, I want to give them the money.
Mhm.
Like I'll want to support, and well, Skyrim's been and gone, I suppose. Like, but I mean, I'm in the midst of replaying through it now. But
for the platinum.
and it's boss. Such
It
a
is.
good
It's
game.
One of my favorite games of all time, and like
Yeah. Same.
so overshadowed by everything else because I played it such a long time ago. But
apart from it,
like,
I mean, it's got
incredible game,
problems, but
incredible
like,
game. Yeah, but
they're
it's
only like
platform
lagging
obviously.
problem. Nothing wrong with this. The story, the character, it's hilarious. Like the dialogue and stuff's hilarious
It is,
from
it is.
different the characters. It's boss.
But I'm a massive fan of like Fallout and Oblivion as well, so that just stems off for me naturally. But yeah, I just can't. Like when I saw it, I was like, it's free to play. Like you can just any single. You don't need any money to play it, and it's such a massive game. And then
Whoa.
£2.50, like cheaper than a Mackey's to keep.
It shouldn't
It's
be
not
that.
bad
It shouldn't.
though. It's
it
not.
should be
That's not
more
a bad
than that.
thing.
No, it's definitely
shouldn't be-
it's definitely
no.
not a bad thing. It's just a weird
It's not a bad thing.
feeling for me, really. Where
But I feel like what Dan
Double-edged
was saying
sword, isn't it? Like morally, I
about
think.
well, about what you were saying, Dan, about Nintendo still selling them games Because are they quality games though? Are they still? Do they still hold up to this day to be worth that
Yeah.
much money? So
Yeah,
then,
but
like
you'll
that
get a lot
argument
more.
of sorry.
Yeah, but you get like a lot more out of a game like Skyrim.
Definitely.
Like
You do.
A lot of people.
Skyrim appeals to a big, wider audience as well. I think.
Being
as
a-
opposed
Yeah, but
to,
the thing is, like, Skyrim is so well known, and like most people be like, "Ah, that looks good," but like when it came out, be like, "Ah, but I don't really have 60 quid to spend on, even though it looks amazing." But like even now, that came out what 2011,
2000,
so that's
Mhm.
yeah, so
It's only
2011,
4 years.
4 years now. So like they waited 4 years, and they're like, "Oh wait, I finally got around to that Skyrim.
to be fair, the
finally
people
finished downloading."
who like the people who will be getting it free to play, it'll be people who've already played it before, guarantee.
Yeah, that's the thing. I still feel
Like
like
no one's
people
no one's waited
That's
this
right
long.
now still have. They already bought Skyrim.
Yeah.
Everybody
what-
who was into it has it.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what I think as well. Like probably the reason it's so low is like the majority of gamers who are gonna play a game like Skyrim will have already played
Already
Skyrim
it,
by now.
definitely.
Yeah, and like the only people who rebuy it is probably someone like Paul who had it on the PS4, three,
Free.
and then he's like, "Oh,
To be
might as
honest, the
well
only
buy it,
reason
but
I'm
it's
rebuying it,
easy."
and you all know me, where I'm like with achievements, I'm just doing it for the achievements.
Achievement.
And to throw
But
some
then
graphical
Steam
mods on,
achievement?
just to see what it looks like with HD water. Honestly.
Well,
But
yeah,
going back
Skyrim's
to
probably
the-
like the only game.
Going back to like the Nintendo debate and stuff about the retro games, like I'm sure Daniel will agree with me as well, being really into retro games, like you're surrounded by people who aren't actually into them. They're just into the nostalgia. And like a lot of people, like especially like dads and mums with kids who like it's like the prime audience for a Wii U. We'll be looking on like the Wii U store and they'll see Super Mario World. Oh shit, like remember Super Mario World? Holy shit, yeah, it's £6 to buy it. And then again they play like the first world, they defeat the first boss, and then it's like never touched again because it's that little buzz of nostalgia. And then maybe in a few years' time it happens again. It's a nostalgia cycle. But the people who are really into retro games, like it's such a value for money. Like Super Mario World, just alone. It is £6, right? Like or £5 or something. Like that's
I don't know, it's
such
around
a
there.
huge game compared to like how much would you pay for the cartridge? Like between 9 and 13 for the cartridge loose, when you can get it like digital on the Wii U with save states and like it's a steal if you're really into it. It really is. Earthbound, how much is that? £8. I haven't played it myself,
Something
but
like
Dan
that,
can
yeah.
vouch for it.
It's niche, like, but I loved it. Yeah, good game. It's such an interesting RPG. Like, it's
Worth £8.
I wouldn't say it's a good introduction to RPGs, which I think was its kind of aim.
Mm.
But
It was, yeah.
personally, I'd
Seems
say
like
if you're a fan of RPGs and you're a fan of Nintendo and you're a bit of a child at heart,
And you've got
like
Smash Bros and don't know who Ness is.
yeah, who's
Definitely play
who's
Earthbound.
that kid who's
Yeah.
like who fucking screams and shoots fire?
PK what? But yeah, I just thought it was crazy.
Bizarre game,
I
proper
thought-
weird, like, but I like
It's
that.
got such a big cult following now, just because of the price and like, oh, we saw this game on
Which
YouTube.
game?
It's called Earthbound. Like now we have to
It's
pay £400
expensive.
for it. Like,
Just keep bunking up the
But
price because people
that's
pay it.
that's a different topic for a different day. Should we take
I
a
don't
break?
care for these retro games.
Take a break. Break.
I could do with a
Anyone?
brew.
Break. Tea break.
Nah, I
coffee
don't
break?
need one. Like,
Don't need one.
Game
Well,
break.
I'm gonna call a break anyway.
I
so-
need a brew.
Okay. Is this,
well, how long are we in?
we're an hour in,
Cool.
so we can call it a
Alright.
break there. Yeah.
Well, let's go call a break. Yeah, go on. Let me finish off this cookie.
I'm just gonna use my AFK screen for H1Z1 because I can't be asked making one now on the spot. So BRB. Yeah, then we're back. We're back on. That worked flawlessly.
Back on.
What were you saying just in the break then? Final Fantasy 14. Definitely the best paid MMO I've played.
The show.
Definitely. Tried Worlds of
Only
Warcraft
one I played,
a
but
couple of times. Couldn't get into it. Just felt too like too rigid and like too. It just wasn't as free. And plus the Final Fantasy lore as well. Like the universe surrounding Final Fantasy is just like
Paul,
unreal.
you would like this.
Go on. It's good
This
that.
is the best.
Moving on. Well,
Oh,
Post-
okay.
I posted the link. It's basically a
that's right, it's
somebody
not like I've got a
like
podcast
copied
to monitor or
hotline.
anything. Sure, I'll just watch a YouTube video.
Somebody like copied Hotline Miami using
GTA 5.
yeah. Have you seen it?
Me internet isn't thingy enough. It's just gonna kill the stream. I'll watch it. See, this is why we have a topic list, because you show me that, and then I watch it, and then we talk about it on
I thought we
air.
weren't recording.
You know what I
thought we
mean?
weren't
That's
recording.
fucked the stream up now as well. Tan and Kate, you're in the same like window. Oh my god.
Multi together.
Jeez,
or-
yeah, it'll come up on the stream in a sec. I'm just gonna put a BRB while I fix it.
Sit down.
Yeah, you just slipped in with him. Right, we're good now.
That's so weird.
Okay, didn't see you there.
That's because Richard posted the link in Skype and it like brought the thing like over and it pushed everyone's windows out the way. But yeah,
Oi.
Final Fantasy 14, unreal. If you
Wait,
haven't played it and you're in, yeah, we're up here. We're good. And
Well,
you're in
community.
server
I
mode.
mean,
Well,
obviously
it's
you get
split. It's
people.
split. I
Yeah.
think it's split. Like you have
Obviously,
on
you
one
get
hand-
people who are horrible and like really unhelpful and impatient and little bitches, basically. But especially when you're a new player. But then I've met quite a few really
Nice
nice
people.
people on there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think half my knowledge of the game has come from learning from friendly players, and the other half from just the wiki of just like reading about it myself because I'm too intimidated and too scared to get shouted at by other players in game.
I know that.
You know what I mean? Because
feeling.
like if you're in a raid with like 8 people and like they're like, oh, Bard isn't doing his job, like
Yeah,
that's
like,
fucking making a show you in front of the other players. Like at least say, oh, Bard, you need to do this, this, and this, rather than oh, Bard, you even Bard, bro. Like. Ugh. Level 35
even know?
level 35 Archer doesn't even have Bard yet. What is this? Like I didn't know what a Bard was at the time.
that change your stance thing.
Yeah.
When
Tells
that
the
happened to
story.
me.
Tells the story.
Oh. Oh my god.
What raid
Right.
was it? Was it Titan Extreme?
No, I was doing Garuda Extreme
Garuda
again to help out someone in that free company that I joined, and
Oh yeah.
they were like, "Let me MT," and I was like, "Okay." So I changed from Shield Oath to Sword Oath so that I didn't pull aggro,
Mhm.
because obviously, because I'm a other tank, don't want to pull aggro. And they were like, "Tank change your Paladin change your stance," and I was like, "What do you mean change my stance? How do I change that?" And then the kickoffs, like the healer, one of the healers, and the other one, "Oh my god, level 50 tank doesn't even know how to change his stance. How do you even get this far? Do you even play the game?" I was like, "Oh my god, what are you even on about?" And then one person said, "Shield Oath, bro," and I was like, "What? Why didn't you just say that? Like, okay, misunderstood something. No need to absolutely kick
Yeah.
off."
It's
like,
unhelpful and it's
hold
not.
on.
It's
Oh.
counterproductive. It's like
It's-
if imagine if you had like a medic, and this is an extreme comparison, but imagine you had like a medic in real war situation, and he was like, I suppose they are trained, like, but it's imagine they're in the training and then they're getting like pure hammered for not doing the right thing. It's like you need to, you have to be positive and encourage positive reinforcement rather than like pure screaming at people, because it doesn't help at all. It makes you feel shitty about the class that you're playing as, and it makes you feel shitty about playing the game. It makes you not want to play. Because it proper
I understand.
discourages you. It makes you feel like, oh, I've got to do everything like this way, otherwise I'm going to upset people. It's counterproductive.
I understand the frustration if you're trying to, farm and like doing
Speedrun and farm,
after
yeah.
run. But still, there's no need to be a little
There's
bitch
pa-
about
there's
it and
patience,
kick
yeah.
off on, because there's gonna be people who've not done it before, and it's not fair. I mean, but every time, it took me ages to do alternate on extreme mode
Did you
or
finally
hard
do
mode
it,
or whatever.
yeah?
Yeah, finally. Oh god, my god. Don't know how many goes I must have had, because those like orb things that you have to run into and share the damage every time someone would mess up. And like as soon as they mess up once, everyone leaves.
Mm.
Like people start leaving. Like why are you leaving? Like this is like me 50th friggin' time trying to do this, and I can't get it done because people are leaving because they're too impatient to work with people who've not done it before.
Yeah.
And like I knew what to do, like because I'd watched the guides. I'd been at the last stage about countless times because it was always at that last stage. Because if the orbs come into each other, it's an instant wipe.
Mm-hmm.
Pain in the ass. If that's it, really.
I guess it's you guys. It's just you guys who get all these people who are angry. Because as a healer, I'm like,
you're praised. You're fucking like
praised.
golden shit. You lot. As the healer. You get all the accommodations.
Steal all the accommodations.
The accommodations.
I'm like, oh, heal me. I'm like,
no problem with your fucking gay little stick.
The only problem though is like running out of mana as a mage. That's it.
That's why I
overhealing.
When you're tanking and you lose aggro, or for some reason you're just not pulling aggro, it's like the most embarrassing thing. You're like, why not? Why don't you work? Why not? I hate it. It's a horrible feeling.
Yeah, perfect segue though. You all saw the Final Fantasy 14 fighting. Did you all watch it?
Yeah.
The fighting game. Now,
yeah.
Like it proper got me hyped. Like I know we've got Dissidia, but it's not the same. Like Dissidia is like a what's it called? Like a progressive something game, progressive development something. But it's basically it's an arena fighting game basically. Whereas a side on to the fighter like Tekken or Street Fighter. Like, can you imagine? Like, it got the one thing that got me so hyped was like when they were going through all the characters. Like, can you imagine like all the characters from Final Fantasy like in that sort of layout, like the Tekken layout, and it's like Cloud, like Squall. Like, imagine it like all coming. That'd be so sick. Or with like their own unique like thingy set, and like you can imagine like the limit break being the thing. And if you haven't seen it, just type into Google. It was on Kotaku. Final Fantasy 14 developers create like a fighting game or something like that, but I don't think if it was actually an actual demo. I do think it was done all CG, like they just layered it in CG. I don't think they actually created like an app. They might have, but it was like the way they did the character thing. I think they might have
developed like just someone playing as one character and the other one, and like the rest was just CG.
Yeah,
I think they built the arena and built just 2 character models, maybe.
This is the same.
Moves.
I was thinking
they didn't have that many moves.
Like, no. That's why I think I don't think it was an actual thing. I think it was more just CG'd and just like choreographed out by like a fighting game. It must not have took them that long. Game's been out for like 2+ years now.
Yeah, all the models are there.
And like I was just it got me so hyped. I was just thinking like, because like Final Fantasy 14, it takes, like, for lack of a better expression, like, imagine a Final Fantasy coat of paint and just paints over like an MMO. That's what it is. And then it instantly occurred to me that like you can apply it to anything, like a franchise that big with so many characters, so many universes, so many different stories. Like, imagine like a cross-universe story, like Mortal Kombat or something like that, but applied with Final Fantasy characters. Like, yeah, it just got me so hyped. And like the way they had all like the limit break was the ult, like the ult bar and stuff like that. And yeah, like the counter move. It just got me thinking, like, imagine you could have like Sephiroth versus Cloud, like reenact like big battles throughout the game. Like, it'd be so good. But if you want to wait,
we've got Dissidia though, haven't we?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, but Dissidia,
it's different though. Like Dissidia's like kind of, I imagine it like almost like, it's not literally spherical, but
yeah,
as opposed to like on a line,
I'm gonna Google
like across, it's like you can fly and shit, and everyone can all of a sudden fly in that game. I don't know.
Let me see.
What game?
What game?
Final Fantasy Dissidia.
Oh, okay.
Dramatic
nice
progressive action. It's described as.
Right.
Because it's in one area, and like it's like it's very Japanese. It's very Japanese.
Yeah. There's like 2 things that I can really take from it, which I really like, which was the music, like some of the redone music, and all Final Fantasy characters, like little, I'm talking like your little sprites from like 16-bit, 8-bit characters, like totally revamped into new models. Like Terra and
when stuff's actually like rebuilt rather than just buffed.
Yeah.
Like it makes
Yeah.
a world of difference. It adds like new depth to characters, like old characters especially. Like it's
New and
insane.
tasty.
But the,
Remake that play.
like the reason like I brought it up was like, Richard, you've played the Record Keeper game right on the phone.
I wouldn't say played, more as I
Downloaded it.
downloaded it and
I've
had a look at it.
spoken about it before. It's like
Yeah,
it's a mobile game.
game
It's a mobile game with that franchise, and it's like you can.
mobile.
I don't think there is in-app purchases actually. It might be.
Definitely, of course. Any free-to-play game on a mobile
But it's
device
like, do you think if you build a game franchise up enough, like obviously Final Fantasy been around for nearly 30 years now, right?
Yeah.
Like, do you think you can just literally take that can of paint and just apply it to every single genre? And,
What do you mean?
And still have like the loyal backing from the fans, or do you think there's a line that you draw?
Oh, are you
'Cause
saying like
me personally, as a fan of the Final Fantasy franchise, I'd love to see a side-by-side fighting game. Like,
It'd be hilarious.
it would. It'd just be so unique and so hype.
what type of game?
That's like a side, like imagine Street Fighter or Tekken or Mortal Kombat, but
Haven't they already done that though? Final Fantasy, is it Tania or something?
they said yeah, no, that's what we've just been talking about.
Yeah.
That's an arena.
Oh.
That's like an arena fighter though.
Oh, is it?
It's a fighter, but it's
It's like Zone of
I
the
guess
Enders,
it's
if
just-
anyone's ever played that.
It's just like finding out the combos, like I guess the black mage, white mage, they're like the classics, and then the warrior, old school warriors, and all that such, and then got like your Cloud, Sephiroth, and all them, and then that'd be so
Yeah,
cool.
so
Lad.
you
Play against
Exactly.
play against-
Look how like
play as
how
all the
hyped you're getting now thinking about
Guardian
it.
Forces, lad. The Guardian Forces, like Behemoth versus Ifrit. Imagine that.
Oh yeah,
the
fucking
fucking
the summons out.
just like like that could be like two different games. Like you have all the like pesky humans that nobody cares, and then you got these big ass Guardian
Primals.
Forces, like the
Eidolon.
GF.
I belong pack.
Oh, but then you can have
Yeah.
different ones like Ifrit from Final Fantasy 8 versus Ifrit from Final Fantasy 14, and it's just like it's Titan and etc. And it's
Okay,
Odin.
calm down now.
Just throw DLC in
Stop
everywhere
jerking
because for the best part of Final Fantasy games, every single character in a Final Fantasy game has their own unique abilities. Like, so in Final Fantasy 7, say, all Yuffie's attacks are like ninja-based attacks with a shuriken, and Cloud's are all more sword-based big sword-based attacks and whatnot. Like he's got Meteor Rain, Omni Slash, all different limit breaks, shit like that.
Oh, that's cool.
You can just incorporate them all, like
What's
ultimate.
mad is that,
ultimate
like I was trying to think of other stuff like that you could like just take that paintbrush and just paint over different genres, like Final Fantasy racing, like a race. I know you got like Chocobo racing, but
I
like
would never buy that.
imagine like a Final
Never buy
Fantasy
that.
like a racing
Final
game. Like how
Final
funny that would be,
Fantasy
like
racing
Final
is
Fantasy
the-
Kart, like fuck Mario Kart,
No,
Final Fantasy
baseball, lad.
Kart,
Final Fantasy Blitzball.
Final Fantasy Baseball.
They wouldn't get me. They
I
wouldn't
said
get me money. Like, what are you doing, wasting your time with this? Where's our remake of Final Fantasy 7? Where's Final Fantasy 15? I've been waiting for years for it.
Can't you wanna say something?
Oh
I'd
god.
rather-
We record.
He fell down. Did you not see that?
What? Why? Yeah, did you
record.
fall? Yeah, of course I am. Yeah, did you fall? I didn't even notice. You're live
didn't
on,
notice,
you're
did you
live on
fall?
it. But yeah, like it just got me. Like I was thinking about like Monopoly as well. Like just how Monopoly do it. Like
I've had them
as long as you've got like I know like Zelda Monopoly's just up there behind me. Like as long as you've got like a franchise that's got locations, characters, like some way you can work in like the chance card and stuff like that. You can make a Monopoly game. You can make it out of anything.
The only difference
guess
I'd
so.
say
You got
with
your
that
Zelda.
is like Zelda is it's the same world basically, isn't it? It's like same characters and stuff. The only kind of really recurring characters in Final Fantasy are your summons, your enemies, and Moogles.
That's true. Yeah.
So like, because
Oh.
each one's a different world, and that's where like the city comes in, because it's everyone from different
Mashes them
worlds.
together.
All heroes
Multiverse.
come in,
Multiverse.
yeah.
Like
'Cause you're against the gods,
Well,
aren't you? The chaos.
Pokken tournament. Takes a franchise, makes it into a fighting game. I personally can't wait for it. I think that'd be so funny. And like
So Have they just got like a set amount of Pokemon that they're gonna use in that? Or?
Yeah, I was thinking maybe it might just be fighting type, because it'd make more sense if it was just fighting type, and it'll narrow it down. I mean, there's enough fighting type Pokemon now. It's been around since what, Gen 2, right?
Gen 1?
Gen 1, oh of course, yeah, Machamp and stuff. So yeah, well, exactly. It's been around for years. There's enough fighting, and they can always bring more out to accommodate the game if they need to. But I think there's enough. Even Psychic, like fighting and Psychic.
I'll probably buy that, to be honest.
Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be unique.
Which?
Pokken
Fighting
tournament.
game.
It's the Pokemon
Pokken.
fighting game. Pokken tournament. That's where it's dubbed as at the minute. I don't know whether it's gonna...
Poké tournament. Oh, is that the Japanese thing?
Yeah, it's the arcade game.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But, it's like if you've got a franchise big enough, where do you draw the line with how much stuff you can just paint over? You know what I mean?
People always like exceed my expectations all the time. Like sometimes think, how are you gonna do that? And then they do it, and sometimes it's shit. But like, I like to think on the best part, it's like, fuck, didn't see that coming. Good job. GG.
I'm gonna have to take an unprofessional break. I'll be right back. What do you want to talk about next? We've got the COD trailer, new Call of Duty trailer. Someone want to start on that?
I wanna know.
Not ass.
Well,
Apologies.
I don't really know what to take from it, to be honest.
Should have put zombies in it.
We can talk about it.
Right, you talk. I'll only be 2 minutes. Back on.
What? No. But the thing is, with that Call of Duty trailer, post says it's like, what is it, Deus Ex? Any use played the Deus Ex series?
No.
No. Alright, moving on. Next topic.
This is what like kind of puts me away from it. Is I only played Advanced Warfare for the first time yesterday while I was drinking and playing the drinking game, and like, because I don't play shooters, like the only shooter really I'll play is Last of Us Online, and I've grown accustomed to that now. So I pick up COD, and like, well, for starters, there's sensitivities all over the gaff, and I'm like this friggin' shooting round. And I'm popping people on like 2 shots. They're like a mile away, and I go, oh, I can see them, and they die. I'm like, hold on, these are dying. This never happens to me in games, like in shooters. I can't kill anyone. They're dead. Like,
It's
don't get me wrong, I've had several times myself.
Yeah, but it is.
To play through.
I'm just not a fan of COD in any way, really. But...
No.
Do you like
What
zombies?
said?
Zombies
are like into the zombies.
You should just make a zombie one out. To be
Just
fair.
a zombie series for like 30 minutes. That'd be...
Not even that.
Okay.
Why touch upon the future? Why not take it back to the way we did with fucking World at War? People to make World at War 2.
See,
You know what I mean?
That's what I don't get.
Yeah, but the thing is, they need to bring out new content, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It needs to be.
I was reading about this the other
fresh.
day. It was like I saw like one of the comments on YouTube, and it was like everyone's moaning about like not getting World at War 2 when we had World at War, people were like, oh, why aren't we getting futuristic stuff? It's like you can't please people because they always want like different. They're trying to progress it and trying to be a bit unique with it, and I'll talk about that in a minute because I don't think they are being unique with it. But like you can't please them because it's such a colossal
But the
fan
thing
base.
is, there's like 2. It's like you're saying, it's not just one person going, I want this, and then when it does get it, oh, I want something else. It's like someone's saying, I want this, and then another person saying, but I don't want that, I want that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You get that with everything.
Yeah. But like the thing is, the one thing I don't get as well is like, I'm sure you'll disagree with me on this as well, but it's just something I've been thinking about with all the remasters and stuff, is like, a lot of people being like, oh, we just want COD 4 to be re-released, just release World at War, just really it's like, you do realise that'll probably fucking shit on the memory you have of that game if they release a game like that. Like, it'll look nice, but it won't play the same because you're not in the same mindset you were in when you were playing the game. Like, I played COD 4 when I was like year 9, year 10, something like that, 14, 15 anyway. Played it every single night with Joe Tracy and Kieran Murphy. Every single night we played it. We played fucking legit modes, off modes, Mike Myers, you know, the lot. And that memory of it, like, is me at that age. Like, if I went back on COD 4 now, a remastered one, sure the maps would be good and the gun mechanics probably be a bit improved, but it's not the same game. Like, I don't understand why everyone wants wants the game remastered, because it'll just tarnish it. It ruins it. Well, that's what I have to say on that.
Yeah.
As for it being unique and them moving forward with it, when Advanced Warfare was announced last year, Richard, you can back me up. I remember saying, "This is Titanfall." Like they've seen Titanfall, and like they are emulating Titanfall. Like the Exos. I know you're gonna disagree with me, like, but
I wouldn't say
I played the Titanfall demo, and I was like, "Oh yeah, sweet! Like this is quite a unique mechanic. You get to jetpack around and shit like that." Everyone was comparing it to COD 4 with jetpacks and all that. So a few months later, E3, COD Advanced Warfare, exo suits.
Well, you think is
you can like
you gotta
jump around the map and shit, like. And I was just looking at it thinking they've seen how hyped everyone was about Titanfall, and they tried to progress it, and Titanfall was a flop. Correct me if I'm wrong. Titanfall was a flop, but I don't think Advanced Warfare saw that coming. I think Advanced Warfare saw it as like, shit, everyone's hyped for this new game. We need to be like this game. So like, okay, they did it. Titanfall was a flop. Whatever. Advanced Warfare, average. Story mode was really good. But
the thing is, though, you can't.
For the story. Go on.
It's not like the developers of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare just saw the trailer and like, oh shit,
well,
we need
of course,
to change the whole
not as shallow as that. Like they obviously did more research than like they sat in a boardroom, sat in a boardroom with the Titanfall trailer on. Like, what are we gonna do about this, guys? We need to beat this. Like, obviously they did a bit more research.
It's just
think about the funding they have. Think about like about the reach they have. Like, they can see what's trending and what's hyped about in the games industry and stuff like that. If they see, you know, line for the Titanfall booth out the doors at E3, like they know shit's
yeah, no, but I'm saying is like, there's not like they developed the game in that like, oh, they saw Titanfall and then
no, but Titanfall is quite old at this point. Like it wasn't.
But no, but there's still like like these games are being developed. Like at least I'll say like at least a year
a couple of years in advance. But it's still Titanfall was still before that. You know what I mean? Like Titanfall was released at least 9 months before the Advanced Warfare announcement. That's enough time to program a mechanic into a game.
I guess
definitely. Even like the story mode, I haven't played the story mode for Titanfall, so I wouldn't know. I don't even know if there is one. Is there?
No, Titanfall doesn't really have a story mode. There is a story.
It's just the jetpack mechanic. Kind of. And it was like, that's what everyone was hyped for.
And no, it's not just the jetpack mechanic. Like, the guns are good and they have, like, different abilities. You have, like, you can cloak yourself and such. There's a few, like, obviously there's 3 different Titans. You got, like, a scout,
but
like
obviously they can't, like you said, they can't replicate everything. Because then it does become the game, but...
Yeah, of course, of course.
Like, I might be wrong, you know what I mean? I'm just speculating, but...
Yeah. But it's like, they can take one thing off one game. Like, okay... technically, the Advanced Warfare, it's not jetpacks, it's
exosuits.
The exosuits, which is like it enhances the ability to jump further, double jump for some reason.
No, but it's not just that, because you have like the power exo, which gives them like improved strength and stuff like that. If you play the story mode, you'd know that. Which
I don't, and I don't care for. Let it be noted and shown that I don't care for single player Call of Duty or Battlefield, any for FPS shooters.
Well, yeah, that
all shooters are the same.
Me on.
Controversy.
Dan,
thank you, Dan. All shooters are the same.
I think the extent of
Titanfall, you can strap on a suit and like change Germans to zombies or teen zombies to robots or whatever. But end of the day, you just got a gun, haven't you? And you're just shooting something.
You
around different maps.
It's simple. If you bring it down to bare bones, it's just fire. It's just hitting a target.
And it don't matter because it works. So that's business, isn't it? It's all about works and go with it. Like,
But the thing that I was thinking about was like,
just gotta dress it up differently as well. Like as they do.
You all saw the trailer, right? It's like
it's quite
this like one is focused on like human announcements, and like it was almost disturbing in a way to watch, because it was like, am I watching a game trailer here, or is this actually going to be like the future of humanity? Because it was actually like scaringly real.
Like the eyes should be pinned back.
Yeah, it was like scaringly real. Like, are we going to have augmented eyes? And you know, because you think of it, they made a good point out of it, because it shows you like earlier on in the trailer, it's like it's going through the dates, isn't it? So like it goes to like 2009, and it shows you the first like what's it called?
Cognitive impact.
Kosh. I don't know the name of it. It's a big medical name, but it's the implants that you can give to deaf people, which allows them to hear. And it like shows you a video of like a girl, and she's like playing a xylophone, and she's hearing sound for the first time, and she's crying, and it's like showing you all this like amazing technology. But then it suddenly turns dark, and it's like, okay, 50 years in the future, when all this technology is readily available, are we going to be programming soldiers to like make them into weapons? Because it will be. If you can have like a scope in your eye, like it's advanced warfare. For lack of
wait, Black Ops.
It is though. Yeah, it is.
It is though. It is. Like,
which one was the first Black Ops? Where like
Black Ops was a decent story. It was about Mason and being brainwashed by the CIA, right?
Yeah, but that's the thing though. It wasn't Black Ops or about the brainwashing thing.
This is Black Ops, isn't it?
Yeah, so this kind of like in the same feel.
Yeah.
Because you said like
I hope it carries on.
You said like you feel like
I'm sure. I can't even remember to spoil it. Like, but I remember Black Ops 2 being a bit dark. Like in terms of torture. It was Treyarch, innit? In terms of like torture and stuff like that, it was pretty dark and like put you in really awkward situations, really scary situations. I think at times.
They've done that with Call of Duty.
Yeah, there's always one like controversial. Ever since like the airport scene in Modern Warfare 2, they always manage to slip a little controversy thing in. But
I wouldn't even say that, lad. I'd say it dates back to fucking World at War. I mean, yeah, I know it's a bit late now. I don't care what you say, whether it's a spoiler or what. But you know, the first mission on Call of Duty World at War is you waking up in fucking wherever you are, being tortured. You know what I mean?
I don't even remember the story for World at War, to be honest with you.
If you remember
remember a few missions like the sniper one.
Well, the first mission was one of your troops. He was getting a cigar in the eye, and then he got
of course, I remember that. Semper, not Semper Fi, what's it called?
Yeah, Semper Fi.
Yeah, it's called Semper Fi, isn't it? On the beach, on the beaches. Yeah, I remember that actually. The beaches in Japan. Yeah, I do remember that. Played through the World at War story a couple of times actually. Really gripping.
I still play.
The only time I've played it is on.
To be honest, it's probably one of the best stories I've ever played in my life.
I agree with you.
See, but that's where they needed to keep it. That, you know, they taught you a lot of things there. It weren't just a case of.
But that was back in the day when like it was a balanced game. Now it's just multiplayer.
This is what
it is. It is just multiplayer.
COD 4, if I'm honest.
COD 4's good. COD 4's got a good story as well. And it's a shame that they diluted it every Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare 2 wasn't even that bad. Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah, I was gonna say
the ending was good, but it just gets diluted every time, like because they just focus on the multiplayer. The thing that struck me, and you all know Lurch, good friend of ours, like he pointed out when Battlefield 4 came out, it was like, you know, like the priorities of the game developer when they put multiplayer first on the menu. Like it's just so every game in the history of online games is always single player and then multiplayer. Like the single player always takes priority, and then Battlefield 4 came out and it was like, right, multiplayer's first. And even on the earlier COD games, if you try and play multiplayer before you've touched the story, it says we recommend you play the story first.
Did it? I think I've already like phased that out when I'm playing Call of Duty. I literally just go to this.
Well, of course, yeah, well, of course, and that's
domination.
That's the sort of player it's
creating. If I ever bought a Call of
creating.
Duty game, that's what I'd do. Like, in all honesty, but I mean, not that I wouldn't play the single player, but well, I
think
wouldn't buy it. It's irrelevant.
Single player's got more to it than just fucking running around the map shooting at people.
It's
You know what I
gripping.
mean?
I think the amount of money they've got, they could really like. They could really do something insane with the story, like the amount of money they get. They make the money for the next game off pre-orders alone, like, and then let alone the game sales. How much a pre-order is? Like a $5 each if you buy in store, like, and most people buy off Amazon now. Don't they? So
Call of Duty Ghosts. Take a look at that. You know what I mean? All the DLC for that. You're talking
it's
for DLC for the game. It's £11 each.
From a business standpoint, like they are behemoths. They are behemoths. From more of a
as bad as fucking EA. I'm scared.
Well,
I was gonna say it's COD and FIFA in it,
Yeah,
like
it is. But that's the thing, because people who play them sort of games, I always say, like, they're not like proper gamers, are
Yeah,
they? Like they play games to pass the time. Like, they don't ever take anything from a game. It's like, I can think of a number of people who just come in, like, maybe coming from work, or like maybe they're going out and need something to do while they're drinking the beer. They'll just whack FIFA on for a couple of games because it passes the time, and it's entertainment at the end of the day. But people who are like us, who are actually like invested in games and gaming culture, we take stuff from them, like nutrients. We take story and we take it and we reflect upon it, and we develop the scene because of it. Like, we give feedback to the developers and they listen to us most of the time.
Do you know what I haven't played in a while?
That's the difference.
Which sort of destroys it, like, in the way of gaming wise. I haven't played a game in ages that's made me feel like, not so much like it's just me in the game, but like, you know, you get in a game like Dead Space and it's like Isaac, or you get in Uncharted and it's like Drake. Why can't it just be your name? You know what I mean? Why can't it be time to just go through everyone's name in the fucking dictionary and just, you know what I mean? Get every actor to say it, and then, like, what? FIFA do it.
Yeah.
FIFA do it all the time.
It's quite tough, that, because then you start getting into the issue of like, oh, you forgot my name. My name's Fajita. Like,
I know you're saying.
It's really tough.
I think you start falling in love with the characters more. Like, that's what makes it. Like Last of Us.
I agree.
And you love Drake, you know what I mean? And you end up where you're like obsessed with the characters. And it's like reading a book or something, or watching a film.
Nail on the head.
It's the cinematic experience now, isn't it? Like, games are more and more becoming like playable movies.
It is an art form, regardless of like, oh, it's not an art form. It's new. Like, look at how far we've came in I wouldn't, like 20 years, 30 years. 30 years if you want to count the NES. Like, just look how far we've come. It's think of how far like films came. Films been around, like Charlie Chaplin, like 100 years ago, and that was Charlie Chaplin as well. So that wasn't even like an early film. 100 years, and look where we're at now, 4K. But look at games like 30 years, and we've almost got VR. Like, it's an art form in itself. It is, definitely is, and it's the future. And that's why we're getting into stuff like the podcast now, because we know it's the future, and we're interested in it. And if we ignore it and just see it as like that pastime, then it'll go away, and it won't develop.
Thinking then, don't you, what might have happened or what might have been?
Well, look at the NES. Like, I know a lot of people say it, but the NES like saved the video game industry, didn't it? Like, it crashed. It crashed. Like, they thought that no one. I mean, if you haven't.
It was a fad.
You haven't heard it. Watch the Atari documentary. It's on Netflix now, right?
Game Over, it's called, isn't it?
Game Over, yeah, that's it. And then once you've seen that, just Google any YouTuber and how the NES saved the games industry. Like,
once you've seen that documentary, watch every episode of Angry Video Game Nerd, and then
there you go, yeah. And then watch his movie.
Then you're then you're in the community.
Well, yeah, it is. It's an art film in a sense, regardless of what the snobs say and like the film buff say. It is an art film. Well, I mean that's just me. I'm very subjective on it because obviously I'm really into games. Like, if I went next door and said to my mum, like, you think games are an art form? No, it's just a game, innit? Like, but that's because their mindset's different to ours.
It's not like yeah, it is. Yeah, no, definitely an art form, because within every art form there's good and there's crap. Like pop music, like there's some good pop music,
and there's Behemoth, and there's the Underdogs, the indie developers.
Exactly.
Naughty Dog.
Yeah.
Different experience.
You see, the thing about Naughty Dog is they're like the behemoths of the indie world. Like, they've got such an indie approach to games development, but they've got the money of like a AAA company. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like Good Guy Naughty Dog. Like, they've got naughty in the name, like the best like the goodest, like purest games company. Like, Carl and Kate, you might know this, but like, how long were they releasing Uncharted 3 DLC for until they stopped? Must have been only just last year.
Yeah, it literally just
No.
stopped or something.
Literally stopped in December.
And even like The Last of Us, like The Last of Us came out nearly 2 years at this point, and they're still
DLC.
like pumping DLC out for The Last of Us and Uncharted at the same time.
Yeah, but I think that made it more because they brought it over to the PS4. It was like
extended
opening
its
up.
lifespan. Yeah, that's true as well.
Yeah.
Well, you've got to remember, like, been playing Uncharted since the day it come out, and Uncharted 3 especially, like, I had a good run on it for a couple of years, and then I stopped playing, and then a couple of like, I'd say a year later, I come back on it and I started to play again, and
And it's still up there with the games.
fucking, you know, they put like a special
We were playing it recently, weren't we?
well, that's it. Well, they
Uncharted.
put special messaging saying, you know, yeah, there's some tournament tickets. Win
Isn't
some
all the DLC free now? If I remember rightly, it is,
Yeah,
isn't
yeah.
it? See what I mean? That's how
Yeah,
you do
yeah.
it. That's how you do it.
But that's
But-
it. That's it.
But
They
it's
know
only,
what-
but it's only Dan, the pen's down, the gauntlet's down. That's how you do it.
Hats off to Naughty Dog.
Yeah, because like it's how you do it. Like they've got a specific following, and it's pleasing them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like if COD made all the DLC free, which we all know is never gonna. Even Assassin's Creed, like I feel like Assassin's Creed 2, you shouldn't have to pay £10 for the DLC for that. Like the Da Vinci fucking disappearance DLC. Like I still haven't bought it because I refused it. Like I know I should have bought it at the time, but like I've left it that late now. But it should be free. It should be free for the cult followers who are still dedicated to the game. It should be free, or the trophy hunters, either one.
But why?
But then that's
Why should
when
it be free if people put
Because
in
it's
the man hours? And it's not limiting. It's like people.
To save the
You get the
customers.
game unless if the DLC is like something that's actually part of the game. So like, oh, here's like 75% of our game, and if you want to play the 25% which we locked, you need to basically spend additional money. Which would be fine if the price was like, okay, if you want the full game, here's £60, and then but if you want like 75% which of the game, you can pay like 30, and then if you like the game, then you could buy the 25% which we have locked for like an extra 10 or something.
Yeah, but that's like
But
a different discussion. Like what
That's
I'm
a
saying,
different
what I'm
discussion.
saying
But
is
if it's like something that's a DLC, if it's like extending the game, if it's adding more new content, people are putting the man hours
Just
and
unadded
they're all
on, like
working on it.
yeah, but over like Assassin's Creed 2 came out. I'm just gonna
Right.
spitball like 9 years ago, maybe 8 years ago, something like that.
Yeah.
It's like, are the people really affected by it now? Like, oh, that guy who made the fucking 2-hour DLC is gonna be affected if I don't give him a tenner. Like, it keeps the fans happy. Like, do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It keeps the
I-
followers happy.
Well, it depends. Like if it's,
It's a good-
big
it's a good business
DLC, if it's big DLC, like that's like adds to the.
Well,
like,
yeah, if it's
like,
like the
say it
size
adds,
of like
like, a couple
GTA
of
4,
hours.
like the GTA 4 DLC, where it's like an extra 15 hours of gameplay, then fair enough, because that's like a different discussion altogether. But if
Well,
it's
it's
just
not
like
50,
other stuff, like
Even if it's just like a couple of hours, like that's. Well,
No, but
depends.
I've
Like
seen a good one.
it just sees how much it's worth to you personally. Like, okay, if this DLC is worth.
I wouldn't
like,
mind. I wouldn't
it's
mind
only
going back to
5 hours
Assassin's
or
Creed
so.
Brotherhood and playing like all the DLC for that, but I would not pay a tenner per DLC piece now at this point for an outdated
Not
game.
per DLC, like.
I seen a good like analogy thing on Facebook the other day, and it was something like games then, and it was a picture of like
Yeah.
a burger, you know, like well dressed,
Yeah.
lettuce, tomato, and that. And it was like then games now, and it's like the game, and it's just the bun, and it's like
Yeah,
the DLC is the bacon,
The
is
cheese, the
DLC,
bacon.
the lettuce.
Yeah.
You're like, oh,
I've seen that with with like there's an
shit
analogy
like
like
that.
with pizza
the
as well.
patch.
Yeah, it's like there was like an EA analogy with like a slice of pizza, and it was like, look at our game, and it was like a full slice of pizza with like all anchovies and pepperoni and shit on it, and then it was like final release, and it was just the pizza base, and then like extra for like the anchovies, extra for the cheese, the pepper, all that was like on the side. People are aware of it, but again, like you're not going to stop them because again,
Still paying.
EA make enough money again off the pre-orders for FIFA every year because they know that people are going to buy it. They just know. Like they don't even people who work for EA don't have to worry about anything apart from updating the
No.
fucking leagues and the fucking
Yeah.
teams in FIFA. That's all they have to do, and you You know what I mean?
Well,
That's how ridiculous it is.
Bullshit.
And it's an endless discussion because it's been going on for a couple of years now. People have been aware of it for a few years now, and it's not going to change. Like, it's just not. Where there's money to be made, people will make money.
Well,
No one's
money.
sure, they need to make money though. It's the people.
I know, but
Unless like I'm
yeah,
not
but
pro
there's making
DLC,
money.
but I'm like I understand it. Unless it's
Yeah.
like something that means literally nothing, like
Making-
the skin of some
Making-
character, like or like clothes or
Mm.
or something like that. Like the what was it? Evolve had day one DLC of the guns and shit,
yeah,
and like I think
Hunter
Xbox like yeah you like unlock you start off with all the hunters unlocked or something. Like
But you've
it's-
got to remember,
yeah.
Richard. It's like
You should.
it's money for old broke. So like, for example,
money for old what?
rope, like string. Yeah,
like thick
That's-
and
Money
that's
for
it.
oh.
good saying
Or
for
more
it.
rope.
It's basically like, you know, let's do it this way. EA, for example, when they brought out Skate,
Okay.
right?
Which gate?
Skate, any,
Oh,
any.
okay, skate. Yeah, skate.
Take it as a pinch of salt. Say they fucking threw a pair of Adidas shoes that come out this year in for 79p, and people were like, "Oh yeah, I want them shoes for my character."
Yeah.
All they've had to do is fucking, you know, basically get a nice bit of paint on a game. That's all
Like
it
that,
is.
You just take an existing shoe build and apply
Yeah.
Yeah.
a texture
No,
to it.
but the thing is, like,
Doesn't-
it doesn't affect the game in any
It does to some.
possible way.
Arguably, it
Apart
does,
from
arguably
apart from, like-
customization's a big thing for some people. Like a lot
Yeah,
of
you
people
shouldn't have
rely
to-
heavily on
You
You shouldn't have to
customization.
pay for
Yeah.
it. You should be able to do what you used to be able to do and unlock it through a challenge or whatever.
Yeah.
That's the.
That's what it's
how
like.
it should
Yeah.
be.
Look at GoldenEye 64. Like
oh, but you say
if
that's
you
already
didn't build,
encoded in the game though. That's
well,
the
yeah,
thing.
well it
It's
should
not
be.
like all these. But if a game were to do that, if like all the DLC, like oh well, I understand if like skins and such were like unlockable, but like they have to like pre-build that. Like well, not pre-build, but they need to build it into the actual game.
might not want to
People-
wait
Yeah,
that
people-
long to unlock it
for the
either.
release date.
That's a
and
level
stuff.
up, might just want to buy it.
Yeah,
So
but
that's
you-
both options
But
there.
that defeats
It
the
could still
game.
get added in a download.
I disagree
in
with that though,
a-
Kate. Like the one thing that got me, like it was a big thing, was I was walking home the other day and I got an email off Green Man Gaming, and the subject was "Beat the grind, buy a GTA Shark card now," and it was like, "Don't fancy
Shark.
grinding to get the money, just buy
Yeah.
in-game money." And I was just like, it just
Not
defeats
really
the
in that
game.
way.
It just defeats the
Like
game
that.
so much.
I don't like that. I mean, in the way of like say skins or guns or something. Like if you don't want to wait the way Uncharted was, like you can unlock guns,
Yeah,
but at
but
the same
Well,
time,
again,
you just
well,
fuck
it's
the
it's
app
again,
and
it's like them. It's like them packs and the time saver packs where it's like you get a
Yeah.
racing game and it's like, oh, you can just buy all the cars. You're playing the game to. Some people forget that they're playing a game half the time. Like,
that's it.
But the thing
That's
is,
just
the thing is the word here. You need to think
We had
about
this-
it.
we had
It's
this
more
discussion the other day,
optional-
we-
it's optional.
we had this discussion the
It's all
other day about
optional.
Mortal Kombat 10. It was like, should they
Yeah.
have paid easy fatalities? No, like you've bought the game, so
No,
put the time
they
in to
bought-
learn the fatalities. Like it's not even that
What,
hard.
what if someone who doesn't have the
Okay.
time, like
Well then don't
Go on.
play games, don't get invested in games, watch movies or something, or get involved with TV. If you don't have the time to fucking play the game, you shouldn't be playing the game.
Kate Coates, I think the
You
mic's
should
not
get
picking up
spoon
again.
fed all the time.
It's
Say again.
I agree with that.
So, your webcam, I don't think it, I mean, the mic's not picking up a little bit. It was like jumping in and out a little bit before. Say something now?
Hello.
yeah, it's
Well, that's
alright.
better.
It's good.
Well, what are you saying, Dan, about, what was it? They shouldn't
get-
be able?
They shouldn't get spoon fed as much as you do in
Or
games
spoon-fed.
today.
I
It's
agree
not.
with that
It's
as well.
stupid. Well,
No,
I understand why they do it because
it's not really spoon-fed, though. It's like the baby saying, Mom, here's a $5 spoon-feed me this stuff. It's like, but...
we'll converse the fiver into crying. Like,
Converse. Well, yeah, but the trying. So like, okay, fine. Then here's what. It's like the same thing with like the Call of Duties. That we want this type of Call of Duty. We want that. Oh, we want to be easy. We want it to be easier. Oh, we don't want it to be easier. You're only gonna have to please some people. But if it's optional, then you can feel like, okay, so he paid for the easier fatalities. So like, but I didn't, and I could do them perfectly. So
That's what I mean.
that makes
That's
me
what-
better than that guy personally.
Block it, or you
Maybe
can
you should leave them in.
Maybe it should be publicised like who bought the easier packs. Then
But like, I don't know. Maybe
If
maybe
you leave stuff
maybe
like
it's
that
just
in, then
maybe
you
it's
get
just
to call
being.
out the fucking gimps.
yeah, you
Maybe-
can call them
give
out,
you
and
free
that's
That's
them.
true
Like,
as well,
oh, and then they have excuses like, "Oh, I don't have time to learn."
Maybe it's just like me being a purist. Like I can just picture like can't beat the 5th boss on Super Mario World. Just buy all the worlds. Why not? Just have them. Just have them. Don't have the time to play the game. You don't need to. Just pay for the game. Like just play
I would
it.
love
Like
that.
Buy a
like
skin.
people
What,
often
that's
forget that
$2.
playing a game is a skill set. Like you learn a set of skills, and from
It's
playing
not
the
a game
game,
anymore.
you're learning a skill set. Look at Dark Souls and Demon Souls and Bloodborne. Like you're
I would
learning a
love
skill
that.
set.
I would pay a tenner for someone to come in my world and just beat all the bosses for me. I mean, hilarious. Just like it's so OP character
It's
just
like,
comes along.
well, it's
but-
like I hate to get all deep and shit, but what are you playing the game for?
I don't know. I mean, joke.
You know what I mean?
It's just funny to think
I
about.
know, obviously. But,
It's like Call of Duty, for example. You know, again, hate touching on the subject, but you know,
Yeah.
you've got your fucking, or in fact, Counter Strike. You've got your 5-year veterans running around with golden guns, shooting everyone, and then you've got the likes of me who could come on, buy a fucking skin for $1,000, and look exactly the same as them, but
the experience isn't there.
I'm shit.
The
And you
experience
can't
isn't
tell
there.
the difference because I look the same as them.
Got a good
You
good
can't-
point.
Of course, you
This.
could tell the difference
Well,
because
recently, World of Warcraft released a thing, and it was Joe who told me about this. Dan, your flatmate. They've released a pack that you can buy, which puts you straight up to level 90. Like no grind, you don't have to do shit. It just puts you straight up to level 90. You don't have any gear or anything like that.
Still, aren't you?
Exactly, Kate. It's
Wait,
like
wait, what?
they're
You can
buffing you up to
pay?
level. Yeah, you can pay to get buffed to level 90, so you can do all the shit like they're a level 90 player would be able to do, but like you've got no hours clocked. You know what I mean? Like, and then so you're in a dungeon and it's like it is it's Borderlands. Well,
People work hard, yeah.
Whether it's a skin or not, people have fucking put hours in to get that skin, and then some idiot comes along and buys it for a tenner, and it's like,
Oh no.
oh,
Well,
why should you just really just spend that tenner? You cannot tell the difference between me and him. You know what I mean? So you run
I
around
think,
like the
no, the thing is, well, is this
okay.
Counter Strike you're talking about? Oh, like,
Either or,
personally,
that's just like fucking Call of Duty, a lot of them, lad. They're
well, I
all the
don't.
same.
In Call of Duty, can you buy skins of Call of Duty?
Yeah.
I haven't played it.
Yeah.
Can you?
camouflage
Well, that's-
guns and whatnot.
Really?
Do you not remember
Like
the
in-
Snoop Dogg and shit, like Snoop Dogg
Oh,
and
yeah.
all stuff like that? The bacon pack and was it Black Ops 2? or-
No.
Come on, yeah, Black
Well-
Ops 2.
It's like, let me
And
do
they
it.
weren't
Yeah,
cheap.
yeah,
It was like
that's like-
170. You could get Skyrim for 2 fucking skins of gun. You know what
Well,
I mean?
I'm just looking at this
Don't-
level 90
It's
character
time
boost,
crap.
and it's 40 quid.
40 quid, yeah.
Oh, no, we
40
go.
quid.
With
No,
no
it's
experience,
just-
with none of the experience. None of the experience.
None of the experience is a bit.
We're gonna have to wrap it up, you know.
Yeah.
We're hitting. We just hit the
No.
2-hour
I
mark.
don't want to.
What do you mean?
It's too much to talk about. Too much to
Yeah.
talk about.
I guess we could split Paul. We could split this up into 3 podcasts,
Yeah.
into 3
Should we
episodes.
just talk for a full day?
Four
Split
episodes.
it up into
Paul.
5 episodes. No, we'll keep it as the one. Like with the break and everything, we'll probably trim it down to like an hour and 40. Yeah, it's a good length. It's a good length to start off. I mean, it's a pretty good introduction to all of us, what we're about, what we represent and stuff. But obviously, like next week, if we've got more time, we can talk more about what games we're into. Top 10. Maybe we can actually prepare a list this time, like professionals, instead of like guessing it and saying, "Oh yeah, that was actually mine." You got it. Yeah. Hopefully there'll be more. There'll be more to come. I mean, I'm happy doing it. I've
I
had a
did
good
enjoy
time.
this conversation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Had a good time. I mean, we're all
Argument.
passionate enough to talk about it, so you know what I mean. And hopefully, like, it comes out alright. If this hasn't recorded or anything like that, it's gonna be the.
Have
worst.
you recorded just audio or just
No,
video?
the film as well. Well, Twitch thingies it as well.
Saves
thingies
it.
Film
Yeah, saves it as well.
shot
So,
beyond.
so that archives it. Twitch archives it. So it's constantly on that. So yeah, I'm gonna sign off now. Everyone want to say bye individually? Should we go anti-clockwise? Dan, you first.
Don't say at the same time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, have a beautiful time.
See you later.
Bye,
guys.
this is Mr. Ho.
You would have to extend
Welcome
it.
to my episode.